All right, welcome everyone. Sorry, we're gonna get started here. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Um, my portfolio decided to do well today, so that's always exciting. Still not out of the woods yet, but we look pretty good on QQQ. Time will tell. All right. Hopefully everyone's doing well. We'll get started here in a second. I'm gonna tweet out. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna finish tweeting this out, and then we'll get ready. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Interesting. Okay. You guys are tuning in here. Welcome. Good morning. Hello, Cody. Hello, Patrick. How's everyone doing? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Yeah, market looks like we're doing really well today as well. I am curious to see. We are up quite a bit today, so I don't know how much reasonably we can go up today. Looks like we could top out. I'm not really sure, so that'll be interesting to see because I'm not gonna say it looks like we're topping out, but it kind of looks like we're topping out. So who knows? If you guys are joining in here, you got any questions? Let me know. Better than yesterday. HRNG. Let's look at that. Yeah. Yesterday my portfolio was actually up, but I don't know what HRNG is. Let's look at some. I know some. Yeah, lots of good names today. What I'm really excited about is Futu, and Futu we were doing really good. We hit 90. We're down on. We were up about 3%. So the Futu's. Hopefully we can. Tiger looks really good though. Lots of Chinese names trying to pick it back up today, but kind of sucks we lost some of those gains. Thought that we were going to be able to keep those, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm trying to figure something out on my phone. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. If you guys are starting in here, you got any questions? Let me know though. Trying to figure something out, and then we'll get started. Can you not see HN? Oh, HNRG. Let's take a look. Um, Maybe I typed it in wrong. HNRG. Yeah, it looks good. It does kind of look like we went back to our trading channel, so that looks good. Now, when I do look at this, good move, but it feels like once we get to our top of our trading channel, we might take a spike down. So we might see 394 Looks really, really good. We're back in our trading channel. So I'm pretty, I could be bullish about that. That does look good. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why my phone's not working. Trying to figure this out. If you guys do have any questions, let me know. But yeah, HR Energy is back in the trading channel, so that looks pretty good. Hmm. I don't know why my stock twitch is not working this morning. Trying to figure out. Nothing on my phone's working. Give me one sec, guys. I apologize. Hopefully this will work and we'll get right back to it. Might have to end this for a sec. Hopefully this works. Give me one second. Okay, I think it's working now. Let's see. Okay. Nothing is working this morning. I apologize. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning. We'll get started here in one second. My phone is just being stupid. I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, I'm curious to see how names like I said, it is a little annoying. Um, some of my favorite names like Futu. We are doing. I mean, we still are doing really, really good this morning, but we seem like we kind of are fading away. So curious to see if we can keep our gains. Yeah, Futu is kind of annoying, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can, like I said, we can keep those gains for the rest of the day. I was thinking that we might be up like 10% today on Futu. I would hope, but we'll have to see. Ugh, phone is not working. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Is it nuts to buy little Paul bit? Let's see what Paul looks like. I'm not sure. Let me take a look for you one sec. Yeah, I don't know why this is not working. Hopefully this works soon. I do apologize. Hello, Charlotte. Hello, KTGR. What's happening, fam? What's a good day trade? We'll look at that in 1 second. I don't know why I'm trying to get my phone to work. I don't know why it's not working, so give me 1 sec. A good day trade. You can look at that as well. Ugh. We will see. Yeah, we can look for a good day trade. I don't know yet. What I'm mostly what I'm looking at is seeing if some of our growth names. It's kind of hard because the QQQ is kind of overextended. It looks like so. I am interested to see if what we do with that. So. All right, should be done here in a sec. I apologize. I just had to fix this. It's being really, really annoying. All right, most active. And I think that CEI probably would be the day trade today. CEI is up about 50 cents today. 50 cents today, but if we really, really look at what happened yesterday and how much we are down on CEI overall, kind of makes sense why we're down that much, right? So yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my phone. That's okay. Um, yeah, CEI looks exciting. We'll see. XB calls for Friday. I think XB. Yeah, I am. She's being weird. Yeah, I would probably hold XB calls. XB calls look like they probably would do good. Um, yeah, XP calls I think are going to do really, really well. Let's take a look at XP. When we look at the 1 year, 1 day, in my opinion, we have a lot of room to move up. We're starting to get some really, really good volume. We're starting to move up. So I think that we could have room, to this 45, 46 level. So yeah, I'm not really. I think I would hold my calls, and we're actually working on a really, really nice flag setting up too. So we'll see. I think XP will be a good one to hold on to. I think as long as the market holds up, we should do good. Grop. I think yeah. I want to look at CEI as well. CEI. Wow. CEI is still. We're up a lot today, but I mean, we really did go $5 down to 90 cents. So, it's just a dead count. Dead. I don't like Grom for a day trade. No, don't like Grom, to be honest. Let's see what it looks like. Looks like a strong day, but it looks like we have a lot of resistance. Unless we can clear like $5.83, I'd go long. Other than that, looks like we just have too much resistance up here. Yeah, that's a hard one. XP looks like we're breaking out as well. So, yeah, growth is doing really, really well today. Looks like we're definitely breaking out on a lot of these names. So, that's exciting. Yeah, my growth portfolio is almost up 4% today as well. So hopefully everyone is having a good growth day. That'd be sweet. And then so if you guys have any questions, let me know. But yeah, there's a couple good growth stocks out there that look good today. Thoughts on Grom? Yeah, Grom, we'll see. Yeah, I just don't like Grom. There's too much resistance up there. I am curious to see if because the QQQ, and actually, let's see what IWM. We are making new highs today, but I don't really think the IWM is really going to be up that much. We'll see. Yeah, XP looks really, really good. I don't know if James is in here. I know James has like 30,000 shares of XP, so he's probably up a lot of money today. Another one of my favorite stocks, we'll take a look at, is BCRX. I have a lot of this. BCRX is not doing good today. Look at the biosector. Biosector is up a lot too. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I do think XP could. Would be surprised if XP had a huge day today. So we'll see. Nice flag breakout as well. So time will tell. QQQ puts also, if we're looking at taking like a day trade, QQQ puts kind of look decent up here. You know, we're so overextended on the like today that, you know, those puts might pay off. Not really sure. All right. Yeah, there is a lot of potential, but yeah, XP does look very good today, so I am excited to see what happens there. And I just don't know. It's harder because like all the, let's see, yeah, XP really does have room all the way back up to 50, so we'll see what happens with that. APPS. APPS isn't. APPS is having a strong day, but I thought we would have been up more. But still, if you look on our 1 year, 1 day, really, really strong breakout. So I hope that we hit 80. That'd be nice before our next consolidation. And we might be able to. We'll see. But yeah, so we'll see. I feel like puts up here might even not be that bad of an idea, um, for QQQ, but time will tell. All right, let's see. Let's go see. Yeah, do you think it's time for SQ to start moving back up? We'll take a look. Okay. SQ Square. I mean, yeah, Square did have a solid day today, but yes, I mean, all growth names, it doesn't matter what you're looking at. Growth names do look like they need a bounce. And money's starting to come in. But yeah, Square does look like it needs a bounce up here. The weekly, we have this nice hammer starting to form. But for it to be really, really bullish on Square, I'd want to reclaim 255. And then, yeah, CEI could have a ways to go up today. But again, our chart's a little bit choppy since we had that. You know, we went. I mean, we have a lot of room to go up now, but our chart's been pretty choppy. I mean, this doesn't look like the best chart I've ever seen. So yeah, we could curl up a little bit on this, but still probably bearish for the most part on it. I mean, yeah, it could run, but it could say that much. It's going to be, yeah, it's really overextended. So something like this would be really, really hard to get it to move quickly. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, Square looks really, really good on the weekly. Does look like we're probably ready for the next big bounce, in my opinion. I think we could see that. I don't know when we're going to see that, but we could see that anytime. Let's go to XP. Hopefully XP does good today for me. That'd be nice. And then, yeah, CEI, possibly we could see a flag forming. I don't know, not the best flag I've ever seen, but it is possible that we fill this in. Who knows? Appreciate everyone being here. If you guys got any questions at all, let me know. But yeah, I definitely think that we could see Square start to move up from these levels. But yeah, XP looks super, super good. We have a lot of relative strength. And if we talk about relative strength, some other names that are XP related would be Z. Z is real estate as well. So we have a lot of these nice real estate companies. And then FTHM is another real estate. One of my favorite long-term holds as well. So that is doing well as well. Wish James was here. Like I said, one of my followers has like 30,000 shares that he got of XP, or like 3,000 or something crazy. Lots of shares. So if you're in here, James, I think you said you had a 43.1 average, so you should be up some good money today. That would be sweet. Love when people are up money. All right, great. SBET finally starting breakout trend. Sure, we can look at SBET. If we go to the SBET and we go to the 1 year, 1 day. No, I mean, I don't see a breakout. It looks like, we have really, really strong support at this area. Really, really strong support. And whenever we kind of hit the support from 4.4, it seems like we have a bounce. So we're just stuck at a trading range. So I would not buy here. You only in a trading range, you only want to buy at the bottom. When you're in the middle of this range, there's no point to buy. What you want to do is buy at the bottom right here and have your stop loss right under it. Not a really good risk reward when you're in the middle of the trend, but it doesn't look like it's breaking out. No, not to me. I mean, if we were going to see a breakout on the stock, I'd need to see about $7.50 for a clear breakout, in my opinion. And I know it's not fresh. What's up, man? Not so fresh. How are you? How's my morning? Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Stock Twitch decided to ban me because I was, which was kind of annoying. I was trying to figure that out. Because, I have to, usually spam that board to get people to come in here. I mean, it is crazy that, I have, so many people, even, 10 people in here this morning. But, so that was kind of annoying. But, yeah, great. My stock account is finally going back up, so I can't complain too much today. Hopefully you're having a good morning as well. Yeah, XP looks really good. See if I can't. Yeah, I don't know why, but let's see. Stock 11K. See if that works. But yeah, like I said, very nice that today we had some really nice follow through. We really ideally would see some follow through rest of the week. For the day though, XP. You were correct about CEI dropping. Yeah, I mean CEI is up today from the dead count bousts, but we expected to see some since it's dead cat. Yeah, it's getting better. Haha. It's good. It's good. For the day though, XP. I don't know. That's a hard one. XP could be that one. We gained 15% today. I don't know. It depends if growth keeps the same thing. I mean, if you have contracts, I would sell some right now when you're up with money, and then sell maybe some later. Hold on to some. Scale out. But yeah, that'd probably be my best advice. Just to scale out accordingly. Sell some now. If it goes up more, sell out a bit. I don't know. That's kind of a hard question to answer. I mean, if the market stays good today, we could probably see some more upside, but if it doesn't, I know that's a very just vague answer as well. Right, I'm up, so I'm thinking the same. Yeah, I mean, if you're up, always secure profits, and maybe keep one or two contracts just in case if it goes crazy today. But usually from growth names, you really don't see any bounces above about $1, I would say, or about 10%. So I would say that. So yeah, I mean, it's all like I said. You always gotta. That's what I would do, but there's different things you could do. Let's see if my stock Twitch is gonna work. Yeah, if you guys are just turning in here, you got any questions, let me know. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, if you're always up money, I would say scale out, but yeah, that's what I would say. All right, hopefully that works. All right, you guys. Hey, good morning, James. How are you? I was thinking of you. I saw XP up this morning in APPS, so I was thinking that you're probably what was your average on XP again? Yeah, there's definitely some thinking that you might be up some good money. APPS is starting to do good as well. So APPS looks like we have a monster flag forming this morning as well. So could be really really good for APPS today. XP, and then yeah, XP looks really good. Lot growth names are really starting to look back to life, and this growth name that I have right now is just crazy. SI has just been on an absolute tear. This is one of my growth names I have. It's been crazy. Hopefully all my growth starts to look like this, but lots of great growth out there. Yeah, great day. Yeah, a lot of a lot of our names are up a lot of percent, so cannot complain. Always exciting. 43.43. That's your average. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, that's on. So your average, it's trying to hit it, it's trying not to. But that's good that you're back your money because I figured you were at $40. You were probably down a good amount. So good to hear. Right. Yeah, I don't even know what my average is on XP. I don't. I like I said, I have some. I bought into a bunch of shares before it dropped. I also have a lot of shares higher up. So, um, great. I did not mean to start that up. This is gonna take forever. If you guys are tuning in, you got any questions? Let me know. Want that multi? But yeah. And then we can take a look at CEI as well. CEI, I know. CEI looks decent. It looks like we have a nice flag possibly on this 5-minute. We could fill this in. If we break this, we could see some higher highs, but the chart for me still looks pretty bearish for the most part. So I know it's tempting at these levels, but probably try to avoid it if you can. It dropped after I bought. Yeah. At least you have a decent average, 43. Yeah, I bought a whole bunch and then it dropped as well. But yes, XP is one of those stocks that I expect to double in the next year. Pretty easy, maybe even double, triple. Um, yeah, XP is probably, I think, from our market cap off of our revenue, this is like something that, could really triple or quadruple. So that's definitely on watch for me. As most of my growth stocks, I'm very confident in, but then another thing to talk about is Bitcoin. If you guys went to as well, Bitcoin seems interesting from here as well. Okay. Great. If you guys are in here, you got any questions, let me know. Let me know. The Qs. I don't know how much more we're going to really go up today. It seems like the QQQ is overextended up here, you would think. But who knows? Portfolio is up 4.2%. That is amazing. Names like Futu, and if we're talking about some really stocks that I've been talking about for a while, you guys all know that I really like Tiger and Futu. Tiger's really coming back to life today. We haven't really we're up almost 10% on Tiger today. I don't know the last time we've had a really strong day like this on Tiger. So, maybe does this tide on China start to turn? I hope maybe. I know that Warrant XP absolutely going to take back that 80. It will. My most bullish stock, though, I think Tiger can 5x from this. If we really talk about my most multi-bag potential, I think Tiger can 10x, and then not 10x. It could 5x from here for sure. I mean, all the growth stocks, have had a hard 2020. XP, when earnings come out, it's going to gap up. You can already bet. I would bet that XP is going to gap up on earnings. It always does. Always does. We see, that's what I love about these growth stocks is earnings season. You really start to see some really earnings season is amazing for all of the growth stocks. I really enjoy. Yeah, Baba's up 6%. Baba's up 8%. So when I'm looking at China, when we're looking for that strong reversal, today could be that strong reversal. I don't understand how Baba's up more than Futu. But that's okay. That's beyond the point. Now, what I do like, thanks for everyone being in here. Appreciate it. If you guys got any questions, let me know. When we're also talking about Baba, something that was really interesting for me to hear is we talk about Berkshire Hathaway's, Warren Buffett's partner. I forget his name, but he actually doubled down on Baba on Monday. So he's pretty confident for a bounce, and I'm pretty confident as well. Hopefully we will see some momentum start to go our way. We've been waiting for that. I've been bag holding Tiger and Futu, but today we should be up on them. If you did, so really, really good moves out of there. If you guys are tuning in, you guys got any questions at all, let me know. We'll get started here. We will get started. Yeah, CEI looks like we're breaking down from here. Possibly, if this 1.24 level holds, I expect some downside coming up for sure. But yeah, James, hey man, thoughts on Neuro intraday? I like it. Let's take a look at it. We'll go over to Neuro and take a look at it. Appreciate everyone being here. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Narrow intraday, don't like it. We kind of flushed out this morning. I don't know what the news is. Let's go to a bigger time frame. Yeah, I don't like it at all, to be honest with you. I would avoid that. Geez, yeah, CEI. We'll take a look. But yeah, Tiger. Like I have been preaching Tiger and Futu for a while, but yeah, those are looking really, really strong for us today. These are really strong names. For Tiger, I mean, we have room all the way back up to 23 pretty easily. So I am gonna, I've been waiting to add more money on Tiger, right? I've been really scared about buying. You don't never really want to buy in a downtrend because it can go down and down and down. But on names like Tiger, when we start to see, some strong days pop back up, and when I say strong days, like, today's a really, really strong day for Tiger. This would be the day that you start to say, okay, I'm going to add some, more to Tiger on days like this. So interesting to see how that'll work out. And I am actually going to, yeah, like I said, I'm going to add some more to Tiger today. I'm going to add about 2 to 3% more, I think, is the plan. So I actually put that in there. If you guys, I love M1 Finance. You can just add really, really easily. So I added a few more percent to Tiger. I think, when we're talking about what we want to do on, I look like I want to add more on Tiger today, especially on this, I feel like China sentiment is starting to come around. And like I said, once China sentiment starts to come around, we're going to start to see names double really, really quick. Really, really quick. So, Baba, and maybe the trend is still not there, but names like, Baba, when we look at the 1 year, 1 day, this looks like a really, really start of maybe a strong reversal. So, yes. If you guys do have questions, let me know. If you guys are just tuning in, appreciate everyone being here. Appreciate all the subs as well. Cool, cool. But yeah, we'll see. I would love to see like a 20% day on Tiger today. That'd make me happy. Don't know if we're gonna get that. XP looks really good. And then APPS, well, we're trying to break out of that flag as well. So everything going our way today. Love to see it. Yeah, James, and if XP doubles, James, geez, I mean, you have obviously more shares than me, but be some serious money in there. So yeah, some of these, these long-term holds, especially down at these levels, are just such a good price. You guys are tuning in. Appreciate everyone being here. If you got any questions, let me know. We will go over anything you guys want to see. And then, yeah, Wish does look strong today. Wish looks really strong today. We reclaimed that $5 level, so that was excited to see. And then if we're talking about, we've wanted to add on weakness or on strength, look like, possibly buying some calls, some leaps on Baba might be interesting as well. So we keep that in mind as well. Thanks for the subs coming in. Buying options for, some of these China names might not be a terrible idea. Doesn't seem like that though. We'll see. Shiba is starting to go down as well. I know Shiba's been like up like so much percent, but Shiba's starting to come back down to reality as well. So that's interesting. Let's see. QQQ looks good. If you guys are just tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. We shall go over whatever you guys want to see. I do need to use a restroom here in a second, so that will need to happen. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, let me know. Yeah. I'm going to try to look into some other names in my portfolio. Oh, this is another one to look up as well. There's Upstart. Man, I really should have bought some. I did buy a little bit on this dip back. I have some at like 300s, but yeah, BTBT, Bitfarm. Sure, we'll take a look at that for you. Let's take a look at Bitfarm. BTBT. Okay, Bitfarm looks really, really good. Like I said this a couple days ago. We broke out of this falling wedge, so we have a long ways to go up. I'd be patient with this one. You know, last time we broke this falling wedge, we went, you know, $4 to $19. We broke this again, so we could see a lot of upside. You just have to be patient on here. This candle looks good as well. We have this hammer. Damn it, didn't get my no coefficient. This was on. Oh, you're good, Scott. We're still. Neo's having a strong day. F and G. Ford and GM as well. Yeah, lots of strong. We're gonna be live pretty much all day today. So hopefully, yeah, no worries. Should be live all day today. Yeah, Neo's. I don't actually hold Neo. I just cut Neo out of my portfolio a little bit ago. But yeah, all these names are having really, really strong. I am going to use the restroom, so if you guys want to stay in here, tune back in 3 or 4 minutes. I will be right back. Here, yeah, I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Sorry. All right. We are back. Sorry. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would probably not hold your XP calls. The only thing I'm thinking of is you could see some downside. I mean, we are overextended today. Like I said, I would just scale some out and keep the other ones. So, take a couple off for profit and then, keep a little bit on the table in case it goes crazy. That'd probably be my best idea. If I was to do that, that'd probably be my best advice. But, whatever you're comfortable with. All right. Oh, you're back, though. Cool. But yeah, you take the jar, up to you. Oh man, I made my name Zach Morris on Stock Twits, and everyone keeps roasting me. It's hilarious. All right. Yeah, we can take a look at SCR. Score Media and Gaming Inc. And this is an interesting topic too, is gaming. Let's go out to the 3 week. So yes, really bullish chart. If we're talking about very volatile, but we are holding this up right now. We do have a symmetrical flag forming. If you guys are tuning in, welcome. You guys got any questions, let me know. So yeah, that looks good. Let's take a look at, because yeah, that had a big jump. So Canada, okay. Let's see what our revenue looks like. So super good growth, what I can see on here. So let's go to Yahoo Finance. We don't want a press release. We want to see if we can get those financials. Okay. Score Media. So let's go to financials and take a look. Okay. So we don't have a. Let's go to quarterly. So yeah, quarterly we do really good. Since 2020, we have a really big jump. We had a really big jump. So yeah, this looks really good. Our operating expenses, it doesn't show, but I want to see what our market cap is. Okay. It looks good. Revenue is $6 million. Our market cap is $2.6 billion. So the problem with this is that, the revenue's growing really quick. We just don't have a lot of it to back it up. But it does look decent. I probably wouldn't be a buyer, but it does have a really nice graph. I don't know much about the company, but financials look. Yeah, if you bought earlier this year, I mean, it looks like it'd be worth it to hold it, but you'd want to make sure that these earnings this quarter are going to be really key, because like I said, looks like we kind of been going up and down so on earnings, but there was that big revenue increase that one quarter. I'd really like to see if this quarter could hold it. So that'd be probably a top watch. All right. They were legalized in Canada, now they are. Okay, so yeah. That looks, if they're working their way into the USA, I said, like I said, the only problem is that, their revenue is not as much, but where I coin the score could be good news for. Okay, and Penn State looks like that it might require it too, so there might be a possible buyout here as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the graph too much, but it looks okay from here for sure. It's been terrible. Oh, yeah, I know. I see from this year, it's been absolutely terrible. $17.35. Okay. XP is doing its thing. APPS is trying to break out. One of my SI looked really interesting today. Yeah, SI. I mean, when we look at this 1 year, 1 day, we're going to really need some consolidation in this range before we start to move up. But did you look at Palantir already? I feel like it's oversold in Kinsey 26. Yeah, we had that really good news right on Palantir, and we kind of just sold off, which was pretty strange. yeah, like I said, we hit our 200-day moving average, which is really, really bullish, and we're starting to curl up again. So I do think weekly or, next month, 28 calls would probably hit. Yeah, we definitely are oversold, and we're starting to curl back up on the 200-day moving average. So very, very bullish spot to add, in my opinion. And yeah, we probably are a little bit oversold. I'm going to see what Nike looks like, because Nike had this. Look, Nike has the same exact setup as Palantir. I want you guys to take a look. So we stay at our 200-day moving average, we curl, and then we bounce off of that. Palantir has the same exact setup. Couldn't be any more clear what's going to happen here. So yeah, I would be looking to go long right there. Take a look at CEI. So yeah, that'd be my thing. We look really, really good. CEI doesn't look terrible. We actually broke out of this flag, it looks like, but Palantir always sells off after news. Yep, there's some stocks that just can't keep their gains to save their life. I'd like think back to those when we were playing BBIG back in the days. Oh man, we could not keep our gains. Some stocks are just like that, unfortunately. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Really, really appreciate it. If you do enjoy the content, would appreciate a sub. But yeah, some stocks are just prone to selling off on news. So if that's one of your stocks, make sure that you maybe sell a little bit on that news and buy back cheaper. Palantirs are I like the stock overall. The only problem that I had, and I actually did screenshot this yesterday, I did write a statement on Palantir. My problem with Palantir is that if we had a $5 price on Palantir, and if it was a $5 price, that would put it at about 20 times sales. So that's if it's at $5. So at 25, we're 150 times sales, and we're only growing 30% a year. So Palantir, for a $50 billion market cap and how much revenue we have, really is overpriced. So it's hard for me. I really like Palantir's business model, but when we really look deep down to the fundamentals, we're barely profitable. We don't have that many earnings. So it's hard for me sometimes to even maintain my bullish sentiment on that. Yeah, I would stay away from DATS and CEI if you're out of it. It would probably just be best to do that. Not for obvious reasons, but might be just a better idea than not to just kind of stay out of that situation. Yeah, like I said, I like Palantir, but like we're 150 times our revenue, and for something like APPS, we're growing over 200% a year. We can almost justify how expensive our stock is, our revenue. But for something like Palantir, it's kind of hard to justify that sometimes. So I kind of go back and forth in my head if I really like the stock long term or not. I like the stock long term, but it's just hard for me. That makes sense? CI is breaking out of our 5-minute pattern as well. I don't really feel like taking shares, but we could see a big move from CEI for sure. I mean, it's really not that big of a move. We hit 86 cents yesterday. We hit $1.33. We needed a bounce, but yeah, let's look at TEA. Let me take a look at TEA. But yeah, if you guys are just in this channel, as long as you guys stay to my growth stocks, you guys will be good. All right, not okay. TEA. Is this it? So hotels, is this a REIT? Terrible graph in my opinion. We're just getting above COVID, but we had a nice breakout on the weekly. But yeah, I don't like this. It's too choppy. If I'm looking for a COVID recovery play, I would maybe like something like AAL, something like this possibly would be a better play in my opinion. But I don't really like all of these plays, these REITs and stuff. They hide all their profits. Yeah, I mean, I have heard that, but it's just hard for who knows. I mean, yeah, Palantir is a very long-term hold. Like, I really like the company for a long-term thesis, but like I said, and it's not a problem, but it just, sometimes it's hard to justify your what the revenue is based off the market cap. Sometimes it's just like, this is just doesn't add up. For me, when I'm looking at a stock that only grows 30% a year, I really don't want to hold that either. You know what I mean? When I'm looking at my, if you, I think Palantir is one of those ones you stash away in an IRA and don't look at. But For me, 30% growth year over year just isn't enough for me to even be interested. I do have Palantir. I like the company long term, but for me to be interested in a stock, it's got to have at least 50% year over year growth, right? And I've shown you guys that in my hyper growth stocks, and we can see why, that's reflected back into the price as well. Hello, June. And then I did tell you, thank you, June, for yesterday. I did appreciate that a lot. I woke up to that. That was awesome. Do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I go back and forth on Palantir. It's hard for me. It's just like, why would I have money in Palantir if I could have money in APPS that's growing 100% year over year? That's my argument. Talking about APPS, man, really, really good chart. I think I think we'll be over 100 here, and by end of I think by the end of October or early November, I think that we could be back to all-time highs. We'll see how we start to play out, but as long as growth starts, we have had a lot of money start flowing back into growth. As long as that keeps it up, I do think that, like I told you guys, once growth comes back, APPS, Tiger, Futu, all these names are going to get really explosive. We can see, APPS has been really explosive. We're used to usually this. We went 25 to 100 off of some really good earnings. We went 40 to almost 80. So it could be no time. Yeah, appreciate it, June. Thoughts on Neuro as a swinger long term? I looked at the chart earlier this morning on Neuro. I didn't like it. We can take a look again though. Neuro. Yeah, I still don't like the chart today. Lower lows all day. We had a nice pop an hour after hours, but we're working on a rising wedge right here. We're probably going to break down here quickly to the downside, in my opinion. If you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. If you guys like the content, make sure to sub. Would appreciate it. If you guys are here from Stock Twitch, you guys got trolled. You guys really thought I was Zach Morris. Funny. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, let me know. Yeah, CEI it's starting to look decent. I've already made money off CEI, so I'm not going to test my luck twice. But if you guys, I don't really think it's going to back to $3 or $4, but we do have a chance today of, we've been really consolidating on this 5-minute chart. Could move up quite a bit. We'll have to see. All right. I am curious to see, we see QQQ is really overextended today. QQQ puts don't look bad up here too. We're starting to see a rounding top, right? We see a nice rounding top forming. We could see some downside for sure. Or we could just be working on the flag, but would love to see if we could hold over this 365 level all day. Maybe just consolidate in here. So that's what I probably think will happen for the rest of the day. Puts would not be a bad idea. I don't know what their premium cost would be to hold those, but there you go. XP starting to break out. The next key level for XP is probably going to be, or sorry, not XP, CEI. We look on here. We have a lot of resistance at this $1.41 area. If we clear this $1.41, it could be a decent area to go long in for a quick trade up. We look on this graph, we can see, we have some resistance at $1.41, 1, 2, 3 times, but after we break that, we don't have any resistance back up to $1.73 and then $2.24. So could potentially be some good buys on CEI coming up if we can break that $1.41. So I might watch that for a quick day trade, but yeah, we could see something exciting pop up. Yeah, CEI definitely looks like, it wants to, if we can break some of these key levels, we could move. So Tilray's moving as well. I don't really like Tilray, but it is moving. Baba's almost up 10%. Wow. Talk about Baba almost being up 10%. I expect Tiger to be up 10% more. Wow, Tiger's up 11%. So congrats if you are holding Tiger with me. That's really, really good. Futu is up 6%. Doesn't have too much relative strength, Futu, yet. Neo really starting to break out on Neo as well. Yeah, really, really nice from these China stocks today. These China names starting to see a really, really big bounce. Yeah, AMD was another one that I was watching. Those buys close to 100 were looking really, really good if you did take those. Yeah, we have a clear breakout. So what happened here is we broke out right here. We had the bad market. It came back down. What I really like this chart is there are lots of bullish things on this chart. Once we broke out of this resistance line, and we kind of our old resistance line right here turned into support 1, 2, 3 times, and now we have a double bottom right here at 99. So yeah, AMD should I would not by the end of next week, 115, 120 could definitely be possible. AMD, yeah, AMD is coming back into play, and I'm wondering for some of our bigger caps. Amazon really does kind of look bearish. It doesn't look anymore, but bearish. Amazon had this nice double bottom, but when Amazon broke this 200-day moving average, I thought that we could be moving to the bearish side. But yeah, Amazon does look decent. So we'll see. Yeah, if you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. But yeah, wow. Amazon's killing it today. We talk about, Baba being such a big market cap. Baba's kind of had like about a 30 billion market cap move today. People had calls on Alibaba. They are absolutely up today. Like I said, once China's sentiment starts to return, we're going to start to see some really, 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 really big moves. And what I'm looking at on Alibaba, to see that we're in this positive uptrend, we want to start to make some higher highs, right? We've been making lower lows on the daily. So a clear reversal. Man, if we could break up the past this 180 level, I could really see a reversal intact. It still looks broken down the chart, but I don't think we've had a day this strong as well. Don't hold NVIDIA. We'll take a look at NVIDIA. Yeah, I said AMD will be good. Yeah, NVIDIA looks decent. We can look at, like I said, actually, I don't think that NVIDIA looks that great yet. Let's take a look. So we have this falling wedge, right? And we're about to break out on NVIDIA, but I'd really want to see, we need a break above 215 before we're going to have a serious move up. 215 is a big pivot point on NVIDIA. So until we hit 215, I don't think that it doesn't look too bullish for me. But yeah, definitely if we do hit 215, that could be definitely a bullish pivot for us to claim. That's for sure. You guys are tuning in. You got any questions, let me know. Still can't believe how much China's up today. That sentiment, I think that once that sentiment changes, things move quick. Yeah, see, now we're starting to see QQQ possibly break down. QQQ is overextended today, so we're already up 1.5%. So expect some consolidation, some profit taking up here would make sense. Yeah, definitely some profit taking up here would make sense for anyone. Yeah, Roku was another one that was a perfect breakout. I'm holding Roku as well, but Roku, when we're talking about our stock patterns, right? What I see is we have a almost picture perfect inverse head and shoulders. So here's our shoulder, right? Here's our shoulder right here. Here's our head. Here's our other shoulder that formed right here. I want to see a break above 344, above our 200-day moving average. But yeah, looks really, really good right here. A spot from Roku. We could definitely see some movement back up. Roku does look good. Very good. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it. But yeah, QQQ, we would see some profit. We could see some profit takers for sure. Which isn't a bad thing, but, well, it depends on your definition of bad. But Yeah, Roku. I do. It kind of sucks that Roku doesn't have a lot of market strength right now, right? When we're talking about market strength, um, that doesn't have too much, but does look okay. All right. Um, Man, I still can't believe how much Baba's up today. When we look at Baba, yeah, look at that gap up. That's crazy. Almost up 10% on a huge market cap. I mean, we're still oversold on the weekly. It's crazy, and the on the daily. So we have lots of ways to move up on Baba for sure. That's what's exciting. If we look at our RSI and stuff like that, we have so much room to move up. It's crazy. Appreciate all the subs coming in. As always. If you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer anything. Lots of big movers though today, that's for sure. And then, but yeah, and still QQQ does not look out of the woods. I did want to mention that QQQ, we do look pretty strong on the daily, but we just still don't look like, we could still have some more downside on the Qs. So keep that in mind as well. If you guys are just tuning in here, you guys got any questions, let me know. Happy to go over any questions you guys have, any charts, financials. Yeah, Wish is really starting to move up. Wish is so heavy though. Like I said, I like Wish over 5, but we still see some downside. All right, great. Let's see. All right. If you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. I want to take a look at. Yeah, QQQ looks fine. We do need to see some consolidation up here, anyways. But I like that consolidation. We hit that 365. That looks good. I was talking about going long on CEI once we broke this $1.44 level. So I think we could definitely see some upside on CEI today. We just broke out of our big 5-minute flag. We don't really have much resistance up to 224. So 224 would be, I would have $1.71 as a target and then $2.27. Definitely looks good. Buy the damn dip. Oh wow, COVID. Buy the dip, right? But yeah, CEI definitely looks like we could move up from these levels. Does look good. RSI does reflect that as well. Thanks, Robin. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it as always. TXRH. Sure, Bob. We'll look at TXRH for you. All right. TXRH. So now look at Texas Roadhouse Inc. Okay, so interesting stock here. We have been consolidating. Kind of looks stagnant up here, but looks like we did we're trying to break out on this weekly right here, so it doesn't look bad. Just do quick. I don't know much about the whole franchise. Let's see how they're. So when I look at TXRH, 6 billion market cap and revenues 2.8 billion, so it is a little bit undervalued from the market cap side. The problem is that let's see what our revenue is. When we're looking at a stock like this long term, we want to look at their revenue reports. So we're just going to go to financials and take a look at that. See, financials year over year, we're just not growing that much. So my problem with this is I want to see when I look at just the revenue, I want to see it go up every year. And we just really aren't moving up that much. A little bit, so it's not a bad buy, but I would probably try to find something that has a little bit better revenue. That would probably be my thoughts about that. But it doesn't look bad. We are starting to break out on this weekly. We have this falling wedge. We did break over this, and now our old resistance is turning into support. So if we can base over 97, a 97 break could send this up a little bit more. It does look good on the weekly for a possible break. So yeah, that looks decent. When we're talking about stocks like this, though, we had this really big run up from COVID, and we've seen this consolidation. We could see some more consolidation. Some of these names, they just moved up too quick, so they take a little bit. But yeah, Texas Roadhouse, when I'm looking at a company to hold long term, I figure you're probably holding Texas long term. I want to make sure that their revenue every year is going up by at least 30%. So we think of Amazon grows at about 30%, Apple 30%. The higher revenue that you can get on a year is going to be reflected back into the stock price. So you're going to see more upside moves. But with more revenue, they're also a little bit overvalued, right? When you're talking about stocks that have a lot of growth behind them, they're usually they're usually a little bit more overvalued. So their PE ratio is higher because people want to buy into growth. Um, how about Teva? Could have sold in the 12 range. Kicking myself right now. Yeah, that happens to the best of us. Let's look at Teva. Okay. Teva doesn't look bad actually. Like I said, we're starting to make some higher highs right here. We have a lot of relative strength. Doesn't look bad. It doesn't look great either, though. You'd want it to definitely hold this 816 level. But yeah, if we could start with another higher high, could be good. Doesn't look bad from here. It doesn't really look great either, though. It looks pretty stagnant, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, really? DMTK is moving. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, DMTK is really moving. And what we're talking about is actually, when we're talking about a stock that has a lot of potential, let's take a look at DMTK. So our year-over-year growth is really a lot. When we're talking about potential moves that can happen really, really quickly, we have this falling wedge line and we have this support line. When we zoom in here, we're getting really, really close. So if we break over about 33.50 cents, I would not be surprised if we see 50 comings up. So DMTK is a great spot to add right here. I think we could definitely see some huge upside potential. Yeah, a couple more. We're super, super close to that line. So yeah, James, that looks really, really good. Unfortunately, yes. DMTK, yeah. Like I said, it's really good to see, all of my growth stocks that I talk about on here are really starting to move today. We have a lot of charts that look like this, but yeah, DMTK with all these, revenues 100% year over year. We've been consolidating for this last 2 years. Over 33.50. I want you guys to remind, sometimes growth stocks can be boring, they consolidate, but we start to see sometimes we have these growth stocks like this. We have chart, look at SI. We've been consolidating, we broke out and we went, 100 to 165. So when these growth stocks break out like this, it looks like we're possibly going to break out. There's some big moves that can happen. So yeah, I'm holding DMTK as well. I have about 6 to 7% of my portfolio. So yeah, great name that's starting to really curl up. I'd want to see a push over 35 would be, if we can push over 35 on this, I think that 50 is going to be coming in this next month. One of those growth stocks, that I really, really like down at these levels. Could see some big upside for sure. Baba's still grinding upwards, crazy. Yeah, portfolio's up a lot today. Love to see that. Very nice. If you guys are joining in here, you got any questions, let me know. We'll go over whatever you guys want to see. Pretty much, I'm a pretty big long-term growth collector. So if you guys, we'll probably talk a lot about that on here. Appreciate all the subs coming in as well. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, let me know. We will go over that. Yeah, so many good names today. Really looking good. But yeah, DMTK over 33.50 could get really good. And we're talking about DMTK's long-term hold, but yeah. DMTK is another name like SI that might move up 60% in the next week once we break this. Lots of growth names kind of starting to look really good like this as well. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Starting to, not a lot of volume today either, so I'd like to see some more volume. What he say about Afrim? Okay, so we can trade. What did you say about Afrim? Go long or short today? I know Afrim has made some really big moves. We also have a lot of growth on Afrim, so I like Afrim long term. When we do look, what I don't like is that when we look at this weekly, there's a lot of resistance up here. So, if we broke 146, I could be long again, but we do look really overextended on the daily. Like I said, we weren't able to break this resistance up here. It's a hard thing to say. We do have a nice flag possibly forming right here, but I would probably, just because we're super overextended, I would probably stay away from it. If we did break this, 47 level or something like that, I would be interested. We do have a lot of growth that's associated to this name, but I said it's very overextended right now. The risk reward isn't the best, so I would probably stay away from it. I want to go to our time. Yeah, we were so close to breaking out on this stock. We just don't have a lot of volume. You can see, just not a lot of volume on this name. There's some volume starting to come in, but not a lot of volume. So just little volume shoots like this are going to move this stock a lot, unfortunately. But yeah, Affirm, yeah, that's a hard one. I think we're just too overextended. And if we're going to look at our overextendedness, we can pull up a quick RSI, which shows our relative strength index, but also can show if it's overbought or oversold. On the weekly, we're still good on the RSI. The daily, the daily actually doesn't look bad either, but I'd really like to see like a 147 break before I went long. Right. There are calls coming in at 150. Someone even dropped 200 grand, 200 calls for November, which seems crazy. Doesn't really seem too crazy when you look at the growth numbers on Affirm. Like I said, growth is really starting to come back and play. And if we look at Affirm, so we have a 30 billion market cap I want you guys to look at this is a true growth stock. So we go to financials, you guys will see the growth, I think. Yeah, so look at this. 2019, every year we've been doubling, right? So we have every year we've been doubling, so our growth is 100% year over year. Now growth is starting to come back to life. This stock is very attractive. 100% growth year over year. That's really, really strong. So I said good long-term play. We have also a possible cup and handle forming on the weekly, which could be a huge breakout. But yeah, I think long-term the stock is great. So I wouldn't be for November I could see this going to $200. November seems kind of quick, but we definitely could get up there. We have a lot of momentum behind it, and I said really strong growth numbers. I actually didn't know that Affirm had that great of stock numbers. When I'm looking for my hyper growth stocks, I like about 60 to 60 or more % year over year, and that's 100% growth. So tons of growth in that. And especially since the market cap is so high, we're almost at $30 billion. If those $200 calls hit, those are going to be up lots of money, lots of money. So yeah, Affirm looks good. When we're looking at a long-term company, we'd like to see that year-over-year growth, and that's there. BAB is almost up 10% today. Ridiculous. Not ridiculous. It's really cool, but like I said, I bought all my China positions. I was fully loaded on China, so if we can see a reversal, that'd be great. Like it. If you guys are just tuning in here, you got any questions, let me know. Willing to go over anything. Appreciate the subs if you guys like the content. I'm live every day. Also, my socials are below. I have a Discord, Twitter, Patreon, if you guys are interested in that as well. So that information is all free and available to you guys. Dmtk starting to break down. Not really. There's just not a lot of volume on Dmtk. It's one of those stocks that just has no volume. But we are really close to breakout on that, which is exciting. APPS. Wow, APPS is doing really, really good. Broke out of that flag today. Ever since then, we've been moving up. So when I look at APPS, I do see a couple $100 stock here in the making pretty quick. Up 5% on the growth portfolio today as well. Really, really nice. Futu looks really nice. Tiger's up 12%. That is amazing as well. Baba's up a lot. Nice turnaround. ASAN kind of blows my mind. Billionaire CEO buying his own company and pumping his own stock. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see if the stock's worth anything. Asana. So we're talking about a really, really big move up. That's a really big move since IPO. Let's see if the fundamentals on the company can back it up, though. You can go into more depth, but what I really just look at is revenue. So 20 billion market cap, and our revenue is only 142 million. That is grossly overpriced. That's really, really overpriced. The growth looks like it's possibly there, but wow. Yeah, the growth is actually there. 2019 looks like, again, we're doubling every year. So the growth is there, but the problem is the revenue. We have really, really good growth, but is $150 million of revenue worth a 20 billion market cap? The answer is no, but the growth is there. So I can see both sides of the argument. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's really overextended in the, it looks like a good stock. The problem is that the revenue's not there. It's one thing to have growth there, but if you don't have revenue to back up your growth, it's not really a problem. It is a problem. Because once earnings come, estimates aren't going to be getting beat, stuff like that. So, yeah, interesting. And yeah, and it's been on an absolute tear from the 20s. All stocks, that have parabolic moves like this eventually have to hit their 200-day moving average. Look at CEI, any of those names like that. Yeah, if you guys are interested, I got all my socials in the video, so Discord, all the stuff like that, if you guys are interested. All right. Yep, he dropped 50 million on shares this week alone. So Ronnie, this is my problem with Wish. We'll go over it, but yeah, when you look at some things that are bullish for companies, if CEOs are buying more, great revenue, we did break over this resistance. The problem is I thought this should be at least a $50 stock. My problem is that we keep dropping and dropping. Are we due for a reversal? I thought we were at $10. I thought we were at $6. I thought we were at $8. So it's hard to say when we're ready for reversal. I just know that I like this company long term. I do have some shares. I did sell out a little bit. If you like this company long term, I would hold. It's a really it's a crazy company. It's growth. It's like the only e-commerce company that even has close to numbers to Amazon. It's crazy that it's this low. But I think it's due for a reversal. But again, I thought it was at 10. So could it go lower? Yes. But I think at these prices, it's a steal. See, it's kind of hard to say if it's ready for a reversal or not. I think it is, but and that's another thing. Once if Wish starts to get momentum, it could definitely heat up really quick. But I think for a long-term investment, Wish is definitely great, and especially down here. I mean, it has $1.5 billion of cash on hand, and it's only worth $3 billion at stock price. And we have about $3, and it's crazy. I did a whole video on Wish when it was back at $15. I kind of look like an idiot now. I did a whole video on why I was bullish, but that video, nothing has changed with Wish except the stock price. So if you are interested in that video, if you guys go back to my other videos, I think it's under Company DD under the playlist. It's a really good video to watch. Also, I have a lot of good videos on my channel if you guys are curious. Some technical analysis stuff. Yeah. And I bet also interesting. I wanted to see what ARK was up today. So my growth portfolio is up 5% today. ARK is up about 2.5%. So, you asked for it, and Matt, you're fine to look at it, and Matt Rich, no problems. I made some quick scalp gains on today, both beaten down, but there's a lot of money. There's a lot of stocks that have been moving down. They have a lot of upside, but yeah. So Wish. There's definitely interesting. Yeah, we'll look at MMAT. I like MMAT materials. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a long time. MMAT, when we're looking at the chart, my problem is there's really nothing bearish or bullish about this chart. So we go back to the 1 year one. My phone is blowing up. I really don't like this, the chart long term, right? We tried to have this bounce. Now, the only thing I kind of like is that we kind of are bouncing off the support down here. So the graph honestly does not look good, and that's the thing. I'm just going to tell you guys straight how it is on this channel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The graph does not look good. I will look at the earnings for you though. So all I want to make sure is to see our cash on hand. We have good cash on hand, and we are actually growing a lot year over year. So I want to just look again on Yahoo Finance. So when you go to our financials, let's go to, okay, interesting. I don't know why it doesn't have all of these on here. It looks like we had our first earnings call. But from Google, what I can see is we are almost doubling every year in revenue. So 2020 to 2021, we doubled in revenue. So it has a lot of revenue, but it's also hard. I can't see that full financial statement, but it looks okay, the financials. I just don't like the chart. So I would probably put a neutral buy on this. Maybe, yeah, probably a neutral buy. It does look okay from 50 cents. So, I think neutral buy, it looks okay. I think there's some better stocks out there, but it doesn't look terrible. Yeah, I mean, and you also like, for example, you've probably never heard of APPS. I'm super bullish on it. You might say that you don't like it. The thing is it's like if you like a company, you've done a lot more research. You know what catalyst it has coming. That's just from the chart side. So you might be bullish about it for other reasons. So keep that opinion. That's good. That's good to have. I don't know everything about stocks. I've actually never looked at MMAT, so I can look at the financials and say, okay, this is a good stock, bad stock based off of this. For me, it's more of financials tells the story. If we're not growing year over year, if our cash on hand is getting depleted, then we're eventually going to have to do an offering. We're eventually going to go bankrupt. So that's just how I look at stocks. Um, but for example, if there's a lot of stocks that have no earnings at all. So if we look at any of the EV startups, Fisker, not Neo, but Fisker, Ride, all these EV startups, they have no revenue. So whenever someone asks me about it, or what's the big one, Lucid. Whenever someone asks me about that, I always embarrass on it because I go back to the revenue and there's nothing on there. But they're probably working on some battery technology that I don't know about. So that's a whole other topic. APPS, really really nice breakout today though. That looks good. Yeah, it does look like it was shorted to death. Like I said, if that growth is real, it does look that some really, really strong growth, especially with, um, yeah, like I said, it does look decent. It looks decent. I will give you a decent. Yeah, it probably was shorted to death. It had a big run up. Looks decent. All right, let's take a look at the Qs. QQQs look good. Like I said, I'd really like to hold this 3. Yeah, we're doing really, really good. Nice consolidation. Growth name's still getting some love today. XP looks good. Can't believe Tiger's almost up 12% today. Very exciting to see, though. If you guys welcome, I appreciate everyone being here. If you guys, if you guys got any questions, let me know. Would like to go over that. Oh my goodness, I had people texting me. Yeah, if you guys are in here, you guys got any questions, let me know. I need to turn this. Sorry, I know that's probably annoying. Yeah, if you guys are in here, you guys got any questions, let me know. We'll go over anything financials. But yeah, QQQ, very, very strong day. All right, but yeah, Qs look very, very good. All right, let's look. You guys are tuning in. You got any questions? Let me know. But yeah, all these, I can't believe the China names are really, really coming back to life. It looks like we're ready for our next leg up on Tiger. So crazy, crazy stuff. Bob is almost up 10%. Really, really crazy scenes. I know, James, we were looking at DMTK for this breakout. This 3350 level is going to be really, really big for a possible breakout. So I am interested to see that. If you guys are tuning in here, you guys got any questions, let me know. We can go over anything you guys want to know. But yeah, let's look at some other ones. I know SI. SI is another one of my really, really strong growth names. Looks like we were up a lot today, but when you look at this 1 year, 1 day, we're super, super overextended. But that's the crazy thing about these growths. In 5 days, we could be up 60%. Especially, we look at stocks like Dmtk that have been really, really close to breaking out that haven't. Stuff like this can go parabolic really, really quick. So always got to respect those names and have those on watch. They can always move. So that's very exciting. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome. If you guys got any stocks you want to look at, let me know. But yeah, growth is on every time I look at my portfolio, we're going up and up. Growth has just had a really, really nice day today. It's good to see that money is flowing back into growth. Maybe, we needed one more flush before, growth really starts to come back to town. So let's see. What is I'm taking a look at my growth portfolio. Up 5% today. That is amazing. The only name that is not really performing well is my one bio stock, which is BCR. Everything is green, but BCRX is not holding up well today. Maybe we'll see a bigger move potentially. CEI, CO thought. Sure, we'll take a look at CEI. So obviously we broke our trend, right? We had we had a nice trend. What happens is we have these really big parabolic moves, and once they end, the momentum gets ruined. I think down here, the only good thing I can see about Wish is we're kind of back down to this channel breakout. If it does look bearish overall to me, in my opinion. We know with parabolic moves, once we lose that momentum, we usually kind of come back down. I think we're seeing this bounce today. We're super, super oversold. So this bounce was, it seems pretty predictable, but I just don't see a world that we get up about to $4 or $5, right? I think it is over. I think we could potentially see a bounce, a little bit higher of a bounce when we look on the smaller time frame. We have a lot of room to move up to almost about $2.80. We have no resistance once we break 173. But, we were super, super overextended. I just don't see a world that we go back up over 485 in my opinion. But I mean, it looks okay right now, but once that momentum starts to die, the stocks plummet really, really quick. So, like I said, I'm not going to lie to you guys on here, but I would, if you're bag holding CEI, I would hold it out for a little bit, see what happens. But that's why you got to make sure that you're always protecting your risk, especially on stocks that are parabolic. We move very, very quick. So my best thing I could tell you guys is, once you're up money on these stocks, make sure that you're putting a stop loss on, you're scaling out accordingly. That'd be the best way. If you guys do like this content, my Discord is I have all my socials below, so you can look at those. Yeah, thanks for everyone being here. Appreciate all the subs, all the support as always. If you guys got any tickers of any sort, let me know. But yeah, CEI, I could definitely see a world that we hit $2 again, but back up to 5 is going to be kind of a stretch. But who knows? Anything can happen. My problem is that the way it got so overextended is there was a lot of big names on it. Once those big names leave, it's hard to get all that volume back, right? What up, JC? Sold the last beaten up CI yesterday before it went below $1. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Like I said, I made, huge profit on CEI. I went 90 cents to almost $4. So I made my money off that. I don't want to play that again. I'm not going to. Okijin net thoughts. Okay, sure. We can look at that. And I know Okijin had a really, really nice chart set up. So when we look at Okijin, I think this is one of my favorite chart setups. So really, really interesting. So we have these really, really big run up on OCGN, right? We went almost 25 cents up to $7. What I really, really like about Okijin right now is we have this huge flag forming right now. So when we talk about a huge flag, we have our resistance coming down and our support coming up. And we're sitting right at our 200-day moving average. So as soon as we break this resistance line, if we can get over about 725, we could see a huge move. We're sitting right on our 200-day moving average as well. Last time we hit our 200-day moving average, we went up a lot. So any news of any sort, this stock is ready to blow up. So if any positive news comes back, this thing can blow up very, very quick. So that's interesting. We'll look at GROM and then we'll look at IHT. But yeah, Okijin is due for a big move on some positive news. Really, really bullish graph. GROM, I said I don't really like the setup this morning. It looks like it actually is forming an okay. The problem is with GROM is that we moved up really, really quick, right? We went $1.71 to $5.78. So my problem is that once we lose this momentum, just like CEI, we can see a lot of downside. So we did fill in this flag nicely, but if we break, it's just really overextended right now for my liking. But if we do break 673, we could go to the possible all-time highs. Like I said, it's very overextended, and there's really no place to have a stop loss. We don't have a lot of support. The latest support would be at about $4. So I don't really like the risk reward here, but if you're in it, we have a lot of momentum. I do think we could go higher, but wouldn't risk it if I'm not in. IHT and NEPT. Sure, we can look at IHT and NEPT. And if you guys want me to look at financial stuff like that, TN, I can do a quick breeze by. IHT, don't like IHT. Graph is broken down. We're below our 200-day moving average. It looks very bearish. And then NEPT. NEP, same scenario. You know, once we haven't been able to break this trend, and if we're not, it's gonna, you know, everything's gonna stay intact until we break that trend. So, don't like it at all right here. We're not just gonna. You know, we're just not gonna get a bounce for no reason. You know, a trend that stays that way usually follows that. So, that's my problem with that. Futu is really breaking out today. Like I said, growth names look really strong. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in here, you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, the problem is, you know, with stocks, it's really hard because, you know, we see stocks, you know, they go down to $15 to 30 cents and you say, okay, they're ready to bounce. But in reality, if a stock, you know, the stock's just not going to randomly bounce, right? So, you know, unless you know of like a catalyst that's coming up, some good news, then I can see possibly going long. But until then, there's probably not a lot of good opportunity. So that would be my thing. All right. Especially that, like, yeah, that, I mean, until we switch the momentum, they're usually just not going to go up. So that would be my problem with that. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, JC. All right. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Appreciate all the subs coming in. Appreciate it, as always. Yeah, the QQ keys are doing really good today. We look at stocks like APPS, killing it today. XP, my top watch, and actually XP is filling in this fat flag really nice. We look at a possible, you know, I thought we broke that flag, but we are filling in a really nice flag. The DMTK, above 33.50, this stock could get explosive. So really taking all eyes on DMTK right here to definitely make a move up. Don't want that. If you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. All my socials are below as well. Yeah, QQQ's doing, but yeah, DMTK, like I said, if we can just get a little bit more volume, some big buys come in, definitely could get explosive down here at these ranges. Let's look. Yeah, it looks like we might be trying, like I said, once we, even 33.4 would work as well. Wonder what Baba, curious if Baba's going to continue all the momentum today. Because Baba, let's see, 158, can't believe we're up almost 10%, but, you know, eventually we're going to need to see probably a pullback here, but RSI keeps going down off this huge move, so that's interesting as well. Lots of crazy names. Let's go take a look at IWM. Yeah, IWM is doing really well today as well. That's probably why all these growth stocks are moving as good as they are. Let's see. I'll answer that in a sec. Okay, let's see. All right, if you guys got any questions, let me know. We will go over that. But yeah, IWM has a really strong day, so very exciting. Yeah, CEI is actually breaking out. Like I said, that $1.41 level is really big, but we could definitely see some upside for sure. For sure. All right. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Yeah, APPS looks really, really good at these levels. Very, very good. All right. Sorry. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I wonder if my chat's even working. Let's see. Feels like there should be some more comments. Okay, there we go. We got some. So I'm not just talking forever about myself. Okay, let's take a look at Palt. Is that Palt, P-A-L-T? Sure, we can take a look at that. Let's take a look. All right, so, Palt. So Palt, we have this crazy move. This is actually interesting as well. I don't know why, but we had this big move. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over 6 days, we went $2 to $15. I don't know why I didn't see that, but so we did break this resistance line down here, and it looks like we had a nice run today. With Paul, it looks like it's kind of a dead cat bounce. Especially when we break this falling wedge, we seem to have this jump. But it looks like we're even breaking down further today. So if we were starting to see some really, really good continuation today, but we had this flag set up and we broke down from it. So I do think that we could see some lower lows today. So not too interested on that for that. So yeah, DATS is interesting. So we talk about long-term, short-term holds, right? And for me, all right. We'll take a look at DATS. I found out that my Starbucks hasn't changed more than a few dollars either way in a very long time. GoPro is very bearish. I can look at S-Bucks. We'll look at DATS first, and then we'll take a look at that. Okay, so when I go to when we look at DATS chat, so we have the same algorithm that has been following CEI and DATS, even like AMC. The same algorithm has been following that because the same people are on it. So I think that because CEI dumped, DATS chat got dumped below as well. But I think for the most part, DATS chat still has a lot of catalysts that's coming up this year. So I do like DATS chat. There's a lot of catalysts. And down here at this $8 range, right, we have some really, really good support right here. So I think at this $8 range, it's definitely a buy. We can move up a bit from well up here. So I do like, we have a lot of catalysts, and we're starting to seem like we're moving up as well. So does look good. So I do think that DATS, long term, I like it. I do especially like that, we have a lot of good catalysts. And I actually, if you guys haven't looked at it, another thing you guys should look at is the actual platform itself. Sorry, there's someone vacuuming in the background. But the actual platform itself is really, really cool. So there's a lot of problem. We look at Facebook right now with problems with privacy and all that different stuff. And then we go to, DATS chat, which is backed by the blockchain. It's kind of appealing, some of our information doesn't get leaked and stuff like that. So I do like all that. I will put on my Twitter, I will put a list of the catalysts. There's a lot of catalysts that are coming up this year, and even the next 3 months. So I do like DATS chat here for, all the catalysts that are coming up and stuff like that. So yeah, I would put a buy on that for sure. And especially down at this 850 level, it looks like we have some good consolidation. So I do like it down there. Okay, and then GoPro. I know GoPro, the whole thing is like their business model kind of sucks. It's so I don't like GoPro at all. we had a big jump in 2020, but I still think that we're just going to be going down, down and down. Don't like GoPro at all. Sorry. And then X, was that SPAC? I can't remember what X was. Let's take a look at X. Steel Corp. Okay, so we're talking about United States Steel Corp. Interesting chart, right? From our COVID lows, we've moved a lot. I've never really looked at this stock, so let's take a look. Let's just do a quick look. It does, we're higher eventually, so I feel like, let's take a look. So our market cap's $5 billion and our revenue is $10 billion. So that's a lot of, that's a tons of, that's really undervalued in my opinion. Our growth year over year looks like we had a really strong June 2021. So we're going to want to look deeper into our Yahoo Finance. So let's go to financials. So my problem is we've had a really, really good quarter from 2020 to 2021. We can see that we almost doubled in revenue. My problem is annually we still year over year going down. So our next earnings is going to be really, really key. 2 million to 5 million was a big quarterly jump, but annually I'd want to see a bigger growth revenue. So I don't really like it. I want to see next earnings if we have a better. Next earnings will be very, very key to see if we keep up our growth. But yeah, doesn't look really too great to be honest. QQQ looks really good though. So if you guys are interested, so I do focus more in long-term growth. And Futu, wow, Futu is really, really doing strong today. So we have a lot of names that are doing really good. Top watch though is, okay, so DMTK looks like we are going to be starting to really, really break out. So we talk something like DMTK, we haven't, we've been consolidating from almost $90 to $33, 66% drop. And now we're starting to tag back over this resistance line. So we go 33, we just broke that resistance line. So we have a long ways up. So yeah, you're welcome. And that's a hard one. It's hard for me to want to buy a company if we don't have a growth, because we can look at, companies like APPS, Futu, Tiger, Dmtk. There's so many companies that have, over 100%, revenue year over year. So my whole thing is why would we invest in something that has, little to no growth when there's, companies like APPS out there? So that's my whole thing behind, why I use growth so much. I don't want to hold a stock that's, not growing that much when, there's plenty of stocks that, are growing year over year substantially. So that would be my idea behind it. And I know that can get, that's just my whole reasoning behind stocks. So I want to make sure that if I'm holding a stock, it has the most growth potential, because that means that it's going to be reflected into the stock price. Okay? Hey, Blueberries, how are you? Welcome, welcome. And JC, I didn't even see that. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you. Appreciate it. I think, yeah, I hope appreciate everyone being here. We have definitely 42 viewers today, so I appreciate if you guys got any questions at all, let me know. I'd appreciate if you hit that sub button. That would mean a lot as well. Ooh, okay. Lots of growth names, though, doing really, really well today. We look at something like SI. SI's looking really heavy today, but we've had a big run up. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. We'll go over any of those. Yeah, DMTK looks really, really good, though. Yeah, appreciate all the subs today. We've already gotten, 20 subs today, so I greatly appreciate it. Maybe 10 subs today, I don't know. We've got a lot, so I appreciate it. If you guys got any questions at all, let me know. Yeah, DMTK, over 35 is a definite breakout, but I still think that, we could, we'll see some more upside. All right. CEI, sure, we'll take a seat. Perfect. Thanks. 8% up today. That's great. I think I'm up. Let me take a look. I'll look for you when I'm up. I want to say that I'm up about 10% today. Or sorry, not 10%, like 5%. Appreciate everyone being here. If you guys got questions, leave those below. All my socials are below. Appreciate subs if you are interested. Yeah, I have a really nice day on my growth portfolio too. Remember, I talked to you guys about how I'm up 5% today, almost. Futu, all these China names are really leading the way, which is exciting. My only lagger is BCRX, but yeah. So if I'm talking, so my problem, I've talked about Lucid a lot before. It's hard for me to be bullish on it, right? So let's take a look at Lucid. This is my thing. When we're talking about Lucid, we really seem that we have a lot of resistance at this. This is called a channel play. A channel play means that we're bouncing off of our support and we're losing. We can't pass our resistance. So when we're playing our channel play, you don't want to buy in the middle of this range. We're stuck in the middle of the range. You only want to short up here or buy down here at the bottom. Another thing is if we do break above this 30 level, it would be a good time to go long. So when we're in the middle of this range, just based off of probability, every time we kind of hit down here, we always end up back down here. So for the short term, I would think we're bearish, just based off the technicals. Another thing that it's hard for me to be bullish about Lucid over a long time. Let's take a look at Lucid stock. Okay. Lucid, my problem with this, thanks for the subs coming, I appreciate it. We have a $40 billion market cap and we have $500,000 in revenue. If we had a $50 billion market cap, I'd want to see at least $10 billion in revenue, and we don't even have a million. So for me, the revenue is just really really far off. There's no revenue on a $50 billion. So that's really hard for me. And also, our cash on hand, we're running out every quarter, right? So here, next half a year, we're gonna have to do an offering. So, it's hard for me to be. Thanks, Native Game. Appreciate all the subs coming in. So it's really really hard for me to be bullish on something like Lucid that $40 billion market cap. That's another thing is I don't like buying market caps that are that big because for the chance for us to double, it's gonna take market caps that are higher take a long they're harder to double, make more money. They're hard to double, and especially with something with zero revenue. My problem is that Tesla doesn't even have that much earnings, but it's just really really overpriced. We're talking about two different worlds. I'm thinking we need to be in the billions of revenue, and we're not even the millions yet. So another thing though is you guys might be really really bullish on about the battery technology, a lot of the catalysts coming up, but I just even if they made the new best battery, I still don't see $40 billion market cap justified. And that's going to be the same story if we're talking about Fisker, any of the EV startups. So I'm generally bearish about those in the long term, but you guys are definitely good to have your own opinions and follow those. That's just my unbiased view. Okay. Or I guess it probably is a little bit biased because I'm a bit biased on it. But yeah, if you guys are in here, you guys got any questions, anything at all, let me know. I got all my socials below, Discord, Twitter, all that stuff. So let me know what you guys want to see. I'm also live every day. So yeah, DMTK, I'm still waiting for that big push, but we could see a potential huge move coming up. So really, really excited about DMTK. Appreciate everyone being here, all the subs. I don't know if we've ever had 48 people at once. So again, really, really appreciate it. If you guys got any questions at all, let me know. We'll go over those financial stocks, graphs. The Qs are doing really, really good today. I also want to take a look at CEI. CEI, yeah, like I said, I didn't go long on this play, but I told you guys once we broke this $1.42 level, we have a little bit of resistance at $1.73, but I said once we break this $1.42 level, we have room all the way back up to 224. So if you guys did take that trade, that trade's up a lot of money, but definitely looking for a pullback potentially, but I do think that I don't know. CI, I'm long-term bearish, but short-term right now we have a lot of momentum. We have a lot of places to break, so I could see us hitting $2 today. We will see. Very interesting. If you guys do have any questions, though, let me know. Thoughts on CEI? Sure, we're just over SPY. Yeah, we'll look at SPY. We can look at that, but yeah, for CEI long-term, right? If we're looking at the long-term graph, it does look pretty bearish to me, right? Like, it's just very bearish. We went 40 cents to $1.50. It's not the best company I've ever seen. There's a lot of problems with it being profitable. We do have a nice bounce right here. I would be really, really, like I said, I don't know if we're ever going to hit $4 again, but for the short term, we're starting to see a lot of volume come back in, a lot of momentum, and we have room, honestly, all the way back up to $3. We don't have really any resistance. So it looks okay. Looks okay. Yeah, Beam Therapeutics is interesting as well. I know that's one of Kathy's big things. We'll look at that. But yeah, CEI, it's hard for me. Once we have these parabolic moves, 30 cents to $5, we always need to see that pullback. And once that pullback happens, we tend to see, if we think of something like Sundial, some of these companies that get pumped up huge, they lose that momentum. We really never see those highs. So what I'm thinking right now is that we were really, really oversold on CEI, and we just had a pullback. We had a pullback like we needed, and now we're at a dead cat bounce. So maybe today, tomorrow, the momentum's there, but I think long term, we're going to see some more downside. So if you were down a lot of money and you made some back today, it might not be a terrible idea to scale some out. That's my thoughts on there. SPY is interesting. So when I look at SPY, this is really, really bullish. We're talking about making some higher highs. I talked about this 436 level was really, really big to claim, and this 439. So we claimed all these big key pivots today. The next big key pivot, if we can reclaim 445, we're definitely out of this correction territory. But yeah, if we look on the graph, we had, we really curled at this 427 mark. My next target would definitely be 445. The thing is, though, is yeah, we definitely have momentum coming back. I would want to watch out. We do have a gap up here, but we do look strong, and we should continue this momentum. But over 445, I think that we are definitely back intact, really, really intact. So yeah, Beam is one of those ones that I'm going to have to pull up some financials, but we can do that. So Beam Therapeutics is interesting. I know Kathy Wood is all over it. She likes Beam, and we had this crazy run up, right? We went $3.09 and we're down to 26. So right now the chart looks really, really bearish, right? We had this huge run up, parabolic move, and we came back down. So we're going to want earnings to tell the real story here to see what we're talking about. So let's go to Beam, and what I see on Beam is we have a 240 million market cap, which isn't that much, but our revenue is only 2 million, so it's still overpriced with 29 employees. Let's take a look at Yahoo Finance to get a better idea of the financials. We want to see, because we were so overvalued, we want to see some really, really big numbers. So really, my problem here with Beam that I look like is we had we had a big revenue jump 27 to 2018, but since then we haven't grown. Again, quarterly, we have some big hits and misses on here as well. One quarter we do good, we don't. So Beam makes me want to be, short term. I don't really like it that much. I think, there's probably, and that's the hard thing about bios. Our cash on hand, we're staying pretty good on that. The hard thing with bios for me, and thanks for all the subs coming in. I'll just say it right now. So the hard thing with bioceuticals is that these companies are very, very hard to navigate, right? With bios, we are not going to make any revenue until our drug or whatever we're making gets approved. And for a drug to get approved, it takes years, it takes a lot of money, and until we get that approved, we have no revenue. So we have to do constant offerings to get cash to pay our employees to formulate these drugs, so we're constantly diluting our shares. And then if we spend all this money and the drug ends up to fail, our stock's going to plummet. So it's really hard with bios. You have to be really on top of the company, the sector, and kind of if you think that their drug is going to get completed. There's a lot of things to go about bios. That's why I don't play bios. But so Beam would be really hard for me to kind of look at and give you an idea. But short term, I would say it kind of does look bearish. Grom, sorry if you went over. I did go over. We can look over that again. I don't mind. Let's take a look at Grom. So Grom, my problem with Grom is we have this really, like I said, we have a lot of momentum right now. My problem is that we moved all the way up from $1.71 to $6.73. So we're going to have to see a pullback eventually. We do have a nice flag definitely setting up right now in the 5-minute. If we break out of about 586, we could see some upside. The problem is there's not a lot of good support and resistance. This thing is very, very thin, so it can move really, really quick. But yeah, we do have momentum on our side, and I think if we broke 673, we could see a big move up. But It's very, very overextended. I do think that if we could see some upside if we break this 587. But if you have your stop loss under 547 and, if we break this 586 level, we could see some upside today, but we're still pretty, we're just overextended, SAM reversal target. Sure, we can take a look at SAM. It's going to be hard for me. I can pull up the fib retracement. Yeah, Boston Beer Company. This is one that I really, really like. I talked about this a few weeks ago about a reversal. And when I'm talking about reversal, this is a really, really strong reversal. So what we want to see on reversals is that we base out a little bit. So, we can see that we obviously based on the weekly. And now we have this, what we call a bullish engulfing candle. So this candle covers all three of these. Very, very bullish engulfing candle. We're up a lot today. What I really, really like about SAM is I just want to show you guys what a true growth company is. This is what I look at in a company, is a lot of revenue. And if we go to SAM, we're going to see this reflected. So, every year we're growing really, really quick. We're always beating our financials, our revenue and EPS beats. Now, if we go to financials, this is what a true growth company looks like. We have some really, really good growth. We're going to ignore 2017, but 2018, we can see that we're growing at about 40%. Quarter over quarter, we're consistently growing. So this is a strong, I wouldn't say hyper growth, but a very good growth company. We're always beating our earnings. Estimates are good. So there's really no reason from 1,300 to 556 for there to be this massive drop. So I think that we should start to curl up here. My short-term target, I think $700. We don't have any resistance up here. So I think short term, in a few months, if our this earnings is key, but if this earnings beats, I think we could see $700 pretty quick. And then from there, I think this is a long-term hold. We could move up. Targets are hard, but, we are a solid growth company and, we took a really big hit. So I think this reversal, we're starting to see a big one. I also want to see that we can reclaim our 200-day moving average. So let's go to this 1 year. Our 200-day moving average is right at about 818. And if we go right here, it's also interesting. We have this big gap to fill, 700 to 900. So right here, we could potentially see $900 in the next few months. So I do like long from there. Wow, you're awesome. I'm learning a lot. Oh, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're learning a lot. I'm live every day. I have all my socials below, so I'm glad you're learning a lot. Postmark's earning, pushing it back to 30s. You'll have to give me you have to give me the ticker. But yeah, I kind of missed my entry on here. I was looking at these $500 for a good entry, but when we're talking about a lot of these stocks that have been beaten down and they're starting to curl up, you start to think of almost a good time to buy leaps. So what a leap is it's an option over a year. So when we're talking about my favorite growth stocks in China, which are Futu and Tiger, they're starting to get a lot of momentum back in them. And once momentum starts to change, that's where you want to buy in. So buying calls on Baba, Tiger, Futu, a lot of these Chinese names are starting to get really, really intriguing at these levels. We had a really clear reversal today on China. We could still see some downside, but for me, I think that we are kind of we are looking okay today on China. When I look at some really, really great hyper growth companies, hyper growth company is 100% year over year. Tiger, really, really strong day. So I might actually add some leaps into next year at about 30. I think those could hit. Yeah, you have to give me okay. Appreciate everyone being here. All the subs, as always. Can't thank you guys enough. Means a lot to have so many people here. So many subs coming in again. Appreciate it. So many subs. So really appreciate it. Yeah, great. And I wanted to take a look at some. If you guys are just tuning in here, you guys got any questions at all, let me know. So many great companies that are doing well today. When we're talking about my growth stocks, so many up today. But yeah, appreciate all the subs coming through. All my socials are below. I am live every day. I try to be. If you guys got any questions at all, let me know. I am not actually Zach Morris on Stock Twits. I have to bait people to coming in. Then they can see the content. But yeah, Boston, that company, and actually, when we're looking at, companies to go long in, it's very easy. I have a video on it, how to look, but pretty much all you want to do is go and look at the revenue. If the revenue is increasing year over year, the stock price is going to increase year over year. You do want to make sure your cash on hand is good, your cost of revenue isn't too expensive. But if you're just looking at a basic company that you're interested in buying, just look at the revenue. If it increases year over year, it's probably going to do well, right? So it's not rocket science to find a good hyper growth company. CEI, let's take a look. Yeah. So I said a little bit ago, CEI over $1.41, we don't have any resistance. Like I said, long-term CEI, we kind of broke our trend, so I am bearish on CEI long-term, but short-term, we have a lot of momentum. Over this $1.43 level, like I said, we have a little bit of resistance at $1.72, but we don't have any resistance all the way back up to 3, so we could see some big moves coming up. We also have a nice flag. We get to see some consolidation off this big move. RSI is almost reset, so yeah, we could see some upside today. I just am bearish long term, and I already made money off the stock, so I'm not going to play it again. I don't want to test my luck twice. But yeah, CEI, I did very interesting. So whenever we have that big drop, I was looking at the level 2. If you guys aren't curious what level 2 is, it pretty much time and sales and level 2 are the same thing, but it shows our orders, right? I can see what orders are coming in, the sells and buys, and what I can really do is I can see, let's say that it's not so much I'm a very small trader, right? I don't have a big money, but let's say, I'm a big trader and I want to buy 1 million shares of CEI. I'd be looking on this level 2 for a big sell. So we see this 30,000, maybe I could buy shares there, but if we see a big sell order, we could buy on that. Now, if we're day trading a stock and we see, a huge block, a block is an order. So if we see a huge block come through a sell order, you'd kind of want to sell on that. So you can read level 2. It's very interesting. That's time and sales. That's called ticker tape. Level 2 down here is very interesting. We can see where our walls are. So if we go to our, ask and bid. So right now we can see that we have a lot of people buying at this $1.64, so we have a lot of support right here, and then resistance rise, we can not too much resistance, but a lot of people buying in this $1.63 levels, not a lot of resistance. We don't see a lot of shares, people selling up at these levels, so the ticker is really, really thin, so we can move very quick. Now, if we looked at the level 2 on something like Amazon, there's going to be a lot more resistance because there's a lot more shares being traded. Would like to do a video on level 2 sometime. It's very interesting. Just picked up more DMTK. Who is Jimbo? Is this James? Oh yeah, let's take a look at. Let's answer these questions. I want to look at DMTK has been something I've been really wow. Okay, so we're talking about an explosive company that has had really, really good earnings, a hyper growth at DMTK, and we're really starting to break out. We really are breaking out. If we can hold this 33 level. We could definitely, gain 50-60% in the next month. Looks like this stock is really ready to explode. Love that look from DMTK. Looks amazing. We'll check at CNET here in a second, Corey. Look at Bravo chart. Looks like today's run's over. I don't think today's run's over. It might be run over today, but we're starting to get some more momentum in China, so we could definitely start moving up a lot. Let's take a look at CNET. CNET, same story here. When I see a stock that is just consistently gone downturn, I know it's very hard. This is a very thing you got to get in your head. When a stock usually goes down, there's not just going to be a random bounce. Sometimes, there's a big random bounce, but this company looks like the earnings are probably bad. It just keeps going down and down. So I wouldn't want to buy this company. Instead, I'd want to focus on a company's, that revenue year over year. It keeps growing. It has a solid chart. That would be my thoughts for something like this. Don't try to just buy stocks that look cheap, because if you look back to the financials, that might not be the case. But yeah, James, DMTK looks like we're going to be really making some money here. I am excited for the continuation of DMTK. Looks like a perfect break. Okay, perfect. Can you look, Bob? Well, yeah, we'll talk about my indicators. That's a good question. Yeah, so Baba. We'll talk about my indicators, what I use. Baba, yeah, from the Baba chart, we literally look on the weekly, and we are still oversold, right? We're still in this oversold zone. So we have lots of way to move up. Talk about a statement off of a candle. This is a statement to make. one of the best bullish engulfing candles I've seen in a long time. We have a lot of ways to move up. I think we could hit about 184 very, very quick on BABA. 184, there's a lot of gaps to fill. But yeah, once momentum, like I said, comes back to China, we're going to get really, really explosive. So BABA chart looks, primed for a reversal here. Why do you use RSI as your only indicator? Do you play it specifically only for volume? No. I use RSI is to see if I'm overbought, oversold. You can also use RSI on to see. I need to do a video on that, but for example, if we look at SPY, it's very interesting with I've used RSI a lot, so I know how to read it. Usually with RSI, you want to see that it's between this 50 and 70 range. People want to really buy down here in this oversold, but once we lose this like 50 range, even this 42, it's a relative strength. So once we drop, about to this, 33s to 40, our relative strength is bad. So the stock's usually going to go down. But you can also, but on the higher time frame. Now, when you bring it back to the 1 minute, it presents quality dip buy opportunities. It is interesting. It's very hard to explain what I use it for. I can make another video. I don't really I use volume a little bit. I'll talk about that, but I also use the 200-day moving average, and I will use MACD. MACD is an exponential, so it shows us when we're about to turn positive on the exponential. So if we look at something like SPY on the 1 year, 1 day, this blue line is the exponential, and whenever we cross over this yellow, it shows that we are turning bullish. The bigger the time frame, the bigger the move. So if we look on the 1 year, 1 day, and it's starting to turn, when we're about to cross over, that is a big sign. The smaller the time frame gets, the less likely, the bigger time frame shows the bigger types of moves. So if I look at SPY, MACD is about to cross bullish on the 1 day. So, this would be, once it does, it's a great time to go long. So I use that, and then I use the 200-day moving average. My whole thing is, the thing with trading is that there's so many different indicators. If we look through here, look at all of these. There's different strategies. I use these, but I know there's different people who, people are really, really big into having their, 15-day moving average, their 20-day, their 50-day. For me, I like to keep it simple. Once you start to get this screen with too many indicators, it's really hard to read. For me, it's more of price action that I look at. I don't really look at indicators as much as I just look at the chart, right? So, I know all my stock patterns, and when you look at stock patterns, if you want to be a good trader, you have to know these. This is the most simple thing. You look at these stock patterns, look at all these different stock patterns, memorize these, and then go back to charts and find those same exact stock patterns and see what happens. Also, just looking at charts for days and days will get your knowledge up there as well. I use RSI, MACD, volume, and Bollinger Bands. So volume is interesting, right? So if we have a low volume sell-off, we want to buy a low volume sell-off. Now, if a sell-off has a really high volume, then we're not going to want to buy into that. We only want to buy into low volume sell-off. Stuff like that, volume. When we're day trading a stock, I look for, volume that's, it's 52-week high of volume. Volume indicates that we're going to have a big move. Bollinger Bands is also going to show if we're overextended or not. So when people were trying to bring the argument today that SPY needs a correction, I brought up the Bollinger Bands, right? The Bollinger Bands shows if we're overextended or not. Bollinger Bands can also be used as a dip buying opportunity. The moral about it, there's hundreds of different indicators. You can use, a lot of people use different ones for different reasons. For me, I think the simpler the better. So, use a few indicators, maybe a few moving averages. I think that's best. There's also EMA clouds. I know Ripster does a really good job using those. Shout out to him. He's a great trader. But yeah, I said, whatever works for you, for me, I've learned that RSI, MACD, and the 200-day moving average all combined, show me the best setups. So that's what I use. Like I said, there's lots of traders that use lots of different things. That's up to you. Whatever you want to use is probably what you're comfortable with. Man, Futu is really moving today. Love to see it. Actually, we kind of pulled back on Futu, unfortunately. Ouch. Looks like all of our names are kind of getting a little bit of a pullback, unfortunately. Tiger's still relatively strong, but wonder why we're getting a pullback. I figure IWM is kind of getting a little bit of a pullback. No, it's not. Interesting. SPY has a pullback. It's so weird. These growth stocks sometimes follow IWM, sometimes they follow QQQ. I've never really figured that out. What software are you using to see the graph? Sure. This is called Thinkorswim, and it's through TD Ameritrade. It's free to make an account. So you can just make an account. And actually, I don't trade on here. I don't like trading on here, but because I like to use trade E-Trade because there's more options to short. I do like shorting sometimes, so I do trade on E-Trade and M1 Finance. But you can trade here. So if you were to pull up, your active trader right here, you could literally just buy right here. So you can buy, sell right here. I was gonna say I don't have enough cash because I don't. So yeah, I love Thinkorswim. It's great. The trading view is also really, really good. I know like it doesn't offer crypto on here charts, at least I haven't figured it out. Trading view actually has a couple more options. I like how trading view is. I just think it's easy. It's easiest for me to stream and I'm used to it, but trading view is really good as well. There's different ones. Yeah, you're welcome, man. More, no worries. Yeah, that's a question that I don't get asked enough. Is what indicators I use because people see me using these indicators all the time. They never ask. I'm more of just fundamentals, so I look at the graph, and at the end of the day, fundamentals sometimes don't even matter. Some of the greatest companies, will just drop 10% because they just do. It's how the market moves. So sometimes, I try to pair technical analysis where to enter stocks, where to sell, and then combined with my analysis of earnings and stuff like that to formulate how to, my stock opinions. So I use both of them. It is important to know, look at revenues and stuff like that. I think more over than graphs sometimes. Because let's be honest, if we find a great stock with revenue that increases year over year, it doesn't matter about the graph. It's going to increase in the next 5 years. So you have to use both of those hand in hand together. Do you ever buy on margin? Yeah. I actually like any right now. We'll talk about any. Do I ever buy on margin? Another interesting question. This is interesting. So there's lots of risks associated to margin, right? So down on this dip, I did, this is when I tend to use margin. So you'll hear this a lot, but what happens for me especially is I look at when the same thing with a company. So let's talk about company A drops 30%. Let's just say it drops 30%, right? If the company drops 30% and nothing fundamentally happens with the company, why would you sell it? Just because the stock price went down. If your house drops 30% in value, you're just not going to randomly sell it. So the same thing goes with dip buying stock. So if the fiscal policy, so if nothing changes, like this whole debate over, the whatever this last market turn was, it was the debt ceiling. Nothing changed in the market. No legislation got passed, so I thought that this was just noise. So I considered this a dip buy opportunity, so I did buy margin. But now with something with COVID, something substantial or a war, you wouldn't want to buy margin because there could be a lot of downside. That would be kind of my easiest explanation when I use margin. Thanks, Rachel, for the sub. But yeah, it is, it's very hard for me to, thanks for 50 viewers, I really appreciate it. Margin's very scary though. I would probably say not to use margin. My whole thing is if you're going to use margin, just use a little bit of it and just make sure you know what you're doing. Don't go 4x margin on, a quick day trade. If you're, putting margin on something like Apple, Amazon, something that's a safe company, sure, go ahead. You do just need to understand that the risks of using margin can be significant on a market downturn. But yeah, I did use margin on this dip, and I'm looking to take some of that off the table. It did end up paying off, but I didn't. Sometimes people get stuck with margin. If you use 10 to 20% of your margin, you're never really going to get a margin call. But now if you're sitting here using 80 to 90% of your margin, I would probably say no. Leverage can kill you sometimes. Yeah, that's another good question. And you'd have to, that's just based off your risk level too. You need to know your risk level. Yeah, and actually, people have been asking me about any, and I've been saying that I've been kind of bearish on it. I didn't know it was Bitcoin related, Wow, we did have look like we had a strong breakout. So um, same thing. I know people have said that it broke out today, but for me, um, I'll just do another lesson. This is a trading channel. So when I'm trading channels, obviously we have our support down here that we bounce off of and our resistance off here that we cannot break. So when I'm in a trading channel, you never want to buy in the middle of the channel, right? So I only want to buy down here at about 553 to 571, and I want to sell up here at 773. So I will buy down here or I will go short up here. A clear breakout on any, if we can ever break the 776 level, we've been consolidating for a long time now, we could definitely shoot up. So that's your three options here. You short up here, you buy down here, or you go long once we break here. That's your three options. You don't want to trade in the channel. What are your thoughts on following people on Twitter like Zach Morris and buying the stock they tweet? Another great question. I actually, I'm just gonna say it. I don't really care. People might roast me, but I I do like Zach Morris. The problem is he's got a lot of followers that he can really manipulate the company. I do think some of his calls, he does use really good companies usually that have a low float so he can move them quick. But a lot of these companies that he picks, he does see the potential in the company, right? He kind of can see the moves before they happen. He's really good with finding catalysts. The problem is it's not necessarily as much as him, but when he tweets out to 500,000 people, it moves really quick and it has a lot of momentum. You just need to know that, when you're buying one of his plays, that once you're up money, you need to take some of your shares off in profit and put stop losses on. Also, following blindly someone, make sure you do your own research on the company. I like him. I like Ripster. Ripster is really good. I've learned a lot from Ripster. His technical analysis is amazing. People like PJ Matlock, those guys, in my opinion, are like actual pumpers. Ultra calls, I won't follow, but Zach Morris, I think, is solid. Just make sure, he might say that it goes to $10. Make sure you have your own plan, right? So, I kind of saw his play on CEI, but I kind of figured out myself. So, for all my followers, we got out at $3, $2 to $3, right? We scaled out, and then, if it goes up to $5, we already made money. But yeah, I wouldn't follow them blindly, but they have a lot of momentum behind them, so you can make a lot of money. Just make sure you're always managing your risk, right? Scale out when you're up money, put up stop losses, and just don't follow blindly. Yeah, and the thing is it's like he owned I'm not saying that he manipulated CEI that much, but he owned like 2 million shares. He owned almost 5% of the float. When you own 5% of a company, you can move it really quick. So whenever he decides to dump, it's going to go down. So just, make sure that you're managing your risk. But I think he's a decent trader. He's a good trader. Yeah, if you guys are tuned in here, you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there. I appreciate all the subs. We've gotten so many subs today. I can't thank you guys enough. It means a lot. Appreciate it. I did want to see how. But yeah, again, it's a Bitcoin play. It looked like it was going to break out today, but if you're really bullish on any, don't buy in the middle of the range, right? The middle. I already lost followers from talking about Zach Morris. That cracks me up. Now, so if you're interested in buying any, what I would do is wait until we hit the bottom of the support, right? We bounce off the support a lot, so at about 577 would be where I would buy. Any eyes whether than that, we're in that channel, and our risk reward isn't great. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, I see. Cool. Appreciate everyone being here. Lots of people always appreciate it. Yeah, APPS is really turning up today. We talk about, the first thing in a market correction that happens that we just kind of saw with SPY wasn't really a correction, but a downturn is people get nervous and they take money out of growth stocks and low, momentum plays, right? So, your names like CEI, your growth stocks really get hit first, and all that money goes back into dividend paying stocks when people get scared, or really big companies like Apple that have a lot of cash that are really never going to go bankrupt. But when, the momentum and the sentiment changes and the market starts to go back up, those those growth plays are the ones that see the big moves first. Prague, what is your take? Sure, we'll take a look at Prague. I don't think I've ever heard of that. So yeah, we'll look at it together. Prague. Okay, I did look at this. So my problem right here is I don't see anything good on this graph. We just go down, 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 down. We did see this jump right here. If you guys go back to my last video on gaps to fill, you'll see. But right here, it's simply we had really, really bad time with earnings. And we gapped down, and what happened here is we filled this gap up. Stocks usually are like a magnet. They fill their gaps up and down, and now I think we're just going to keep going down. If we could possibly reclaim this $1.77 level, what we want to see in a stock is look at these. We have a lower low, a lower low, a lower low. Lower lows we don't like to see in stocks. Instead, what we want to see is higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. So if we can make a higher high, but like something like this, if we can, get past this last high and make a higher high, I could see going long. But again, companies that stay in downtrends usually will go down forever. So would stay away from Prague. Let me back this up with my, let's just look at Prague, okay? I'm sure earnings are terrible. We have a 164 million market cap, and our revenue is only 463,000. So really, really not, it's very, really, really bad. And then let's go to our Yahoo Finance and take a look at revenue. So what we want to see in financials is that we're growing year over year. Every year we have gone down. Every year we're just declining. So put a strong sell on that. Okay. I would definitely not buy into that. And some of these companies that have been declining for a while, right? We might see these little bounces. We see these little bounces occasionally, but for the long term, we don't see revenue increase year over year. We're not seeing anything like that. Then I'm not curious to go long on it. That's just personal preference. If revenue is going down every year, it's not just going to randomly one year just go up. But that's different too. If you're talking about long-term plays, momentum plays that can differentiate, it can move from one side to another. Yeah, thanks again for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it. Gotten lots of subs today. It's great. We'll probably be live all day. We've got a lot of people in here, so might as well. Okay, APPS is really doing good as well. Fisker. So Fisker has no revenue. I've talked about that, but Fisker is a huge company, market cap about $5 billion, and it has no revenue. So for me, Fisker is a strong sell. The only idea I'd have is buying down here at maybe this $7 to $6 level. It looks like we bounce off of there, but for the longevity, there's no revenue. We're running out of cash on hand, so not bullish on that at all. And with all the EVs, that's kind of how I am. If there's no revenue, I'm not bullish on it. I'm not going to hold it. IRNT, yeah, I know this is interesting, right? So we had this really, really strong move up, and now we're doing a really, really good job consolidating down here. So we have a good risk reward set up. We could obviously see that we're starting to curl up right here. So I do think that we could have a potential move up here based on the graph. When I zoom in here to the 1 day, if we're looking to enter this trade, you want to make sure that you have a stop loss under 1229. But you could definitely, if we break out over 15, we could definitely move up significantly. So if you have a stop loss under 1229 and shoot for high, this is a really good risk reward trade. When I talk about risk reward, we buy right here. We have our stop loss under, very good risk reward. This could do good. So yeah, that I would short term bullish. Okay. They have mergers rumored to happen at the end of the month. Xella is one bag I am holding. Crazy drop last few months. Yeah, a lot of these. There's been a lot of crazy drops for sure. Let's take a look at Xella. Also, all my socials are below, Discord, everything like that if you are interested. I was looking at Xella. It looked like we could have possibly popped. For me, those acquisitions, I don't know much about those, but if I'm just looking at the chart, we are getting close. My problem right here is that we have this gap to fill down, right? We see this gap right here on the chart. So I really think that we're going to hit $1.53. And once we usually fill that gap down, we move up. But with this gap to fill, I would maybe go long at $1.51, wherever that gap fills. But we are going to probably fill that gap downward. So there is some more short-term downside. Catalysts and stuff like that, I don't know much about, but you know, sure, maybe there's some catalysts, but we do have this gap to fill down, so I would be short-term bearish. Thank you for your input. Subscribe. Appreciate it, Kevin. How can you tell if a stock has a ton of volume for the day? For example, like CEI, sure. CEI, you can tell. First of all, if you go to, there's a quick, we can just look for a reference right here. So this is our little volumes down here, and we can see that the day's only halfway over and we have a lot of volume. So we're probably going to hit the most volume we've ever had today. If you also go to Yahoo Finance, let's just go into something like this, right? Well, it'll show our average volume. So our average volume is 139 million, and our volume today is 527 million. So that's a lot of volume. You want to see, if you're going to go swing a stock, you want to see that it's starting to get more volume, because that means that it's going to probably move up. Volume moves up on volume. See, yeah, I wish I would have taken my advice today on this trade. I said once we broke $1.41, I would go long, but we have this gap to fill coming up. We have room all the way up to $3, so we still have a long ways to go up, possibly, but again, I think the long-term trend's broken, and I don't really like the company overall, so we could see some definite downside today, but CEI for the short-term momentum trade does look decent. I do like, again, we have a lot of room to move up. Yeah, so I'd probably say about that. I also am live every day, so socials are below if you guys are interested in that, okay? Yeah, wow, tons of wow, 550 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Every time I look, we're getting new ones, so again, really, really appreciate it. Can't tell you guys enough how much it means to me to have all these subscribers. Like I said, I just started live streaming a few weeks ago, so all the support means a lot. If you guys got any other questions, really, really good questions that I've been getting asked today, so I appreciate it. Yeah, CEI, I wish I would have went long at $1.41. I would have been up a lot of money. But again, for me, it's like I don't want to play a stock twice. I feel like whenever I do, I usually get demolished. But if I would have taken my advice, would have been up about 30%. But my portfolio is doing real well today, so I also, don't want to. I just want to kind of keep things where it's at. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take a quick look at my portfolio right now. We're going to see how much percent I'm up today. Definitely been down over the last week, but let's see. All right. My portfolio is up about 4.5% today, so great news. But yeah, and then if I'm really looking at the first thing when I look, if I'm finding a swing trade, I want to see that volume is picking up. If volume is starting to move up every day, that's the first indicator I look. If I'm going to enter a day trade or a swing trade, the first things I look at is volume. Volume tells the story. If I'm looking for a big day trade, sometimes you'll have stocks at their 52-week high volume. That's the stock that you want to, look to day trade. When we look at CEI, it's only at 10:30, and look at how much volume we've already gotten. If we go to the 1 year, 1 day, I mean, we're probably going to have our 52 high volume, right? I mean, yeah, we really look like we're going to have the highest volume we've ever had on this stock. So, for off of that, I can tell that we're going to have a big move up just off of volume, right? So you can use volume as a story. I use volume a lot to kind of gauge, because if you're swinging a stock, you want to see volume start to pick up, because volume is just going to move a stock. If you have no volume, if volume stays flat, there's no volume, you're just not going to move up the stock. You have to have volume. It's supply and demand. If there's more supply moving the stock, then also you might have a lot of volume on a big sell-off, but for the most part, volume is going to move stocks. And on a swing trade, you want to be something that's going to move quick, so you would use that volume. And that 52-week high volume is a big number too. I know that I've made a lot of money just off of looking at 52 high week volume stocks. Okay. If you guys are just joining in here, welcome. If you guys got any questions, let me know. All right, let's take a look at. Someone asked me if Bob is going to top out today. Really, really good flag setting up here. Could see a big breakout over the next. We have been consolidating here for a bit. Tiger looks decent. China names look really good today. Geez, Neo's actually crushing it today as well. Neo looks like it had kind of one of the stronger China names, surprisingly. Not surprisingly, but yeah, NEO looks good. Want to see that we can break our 200-day moving average on some of these China stocks. When we talk about, I think volume is important. That 200-day moving average. If I'm going to go long on a stock, like for a swing, I also want to make sure that it's above its 200-day moving average usually. 200-day moving average is a big turning point between bearish and bullish. So anything under 200-day moving average, usually bearish. Anything over, usually bullish. Just kind of a quick guideline for your, not your like low float stocks, but maybe your bigger market cap stocks. That's kind of, just little things like that you pick up on the way. I use a 200-day moving average. Also, let's look at a great example like Nike, right? We can see that we've bounced off our 200-day moving average 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I actually bought some calls a couple days ago. We start to see, Nike hit its 200-day moving average. We start to curl up, and we bounce off that 200-day moving average. So it can be used as a dip buy. But just trading, for a long time, you start to learn these little tricks, these indicators that can help you. So, yes. Again, appreciate all the subs coming through. I'll keep saying it because I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I am going to go grab a water real quick. My throat is starting to get dry. I've been talking too much. So give me about 2 minutes. If you guys got any questions, if you're just tuning in here, make sure to leave that in the chat below, and then I will come back and we'll talk some more. I'll be right back. Yep. Hello. Why did you get that hat? Sure. That's my hat. Give it to me. Dude, you work today? No, I don't. Dude, I'm gonna fuck both of you guys up. Stop taking my shit. Come here. Yeah. The electrician's gonna be over soon. Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. Did that concrete, was it turning out well? Yeah. It's fucking nice, dude. I'm gonna start working back there today. You are? Yeah. Doing what? Leveling out all that rock, and then I gotta move all them logs and shit. All your what? I gotta level out all that shit, so then I can get those big rocks that were in the front, like the front yard. Yeah. Well, if you need help, I'll help. Oh, I know you will. Come here. What? I'm busy. Why? Doing my thing. You own them, dude. Watch the Squid Games. It's good. What is it? It's weird, dude. It's like a Hunger Games, but it's really weird. Like, it's like all these kid games, but you like, there's like 7 levels that all these people enter, but once you like get out, they kill you. They shoot you in the head. But it's like red light, green light, all these just like basic games. It's really interesting. Is it a movie? No, it's like a series. I think there's like 7 episodes for an hour. It's good though. Yeah. I don't know. Another thing that really pissed me off, dude, I thought you were gonna get when I got home last night. I bought you a fucking Baconator. Oh, dude. Fries and a drink. It's in the fridge for you. Oh, thank you. That was nice of you. I was like, damn. Well, I thought it was 2. I kind of fell asleep. I didn't knock on your door, dude. Really? I wanted to go to Taco Bell. They were closed. Dude, I thought they used to be open. They close at like 10 now. There's no staff. Oh, really? There's really more work. But there is a Baconator in there. Oh, sick. I will eat that. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Did something nice for us and once. I'm gonna go finish up here downstairs. I don't know. You gotta take a break today. You gotta take a break. See, he's got breakfast. Gotcha. All right. Later. I said later. Oh, I see. Later. All right, we're back. I forgot to get my hat. Whatever. I need my hat. Let's see. Ugh. All right, I don't know where my hat's at, so I apologize for the messy hair. Actually, I don't. It's great. All right. Okay. Lots of volume on Wish right now. So yeah, that's exact. So thanks for all those subs coming in. So when we're looking at, so for example, when we're looking at also, reversals, Swish is a very strong candidate for a reversal. We really want to look at our, what we really want to look at is our volume. So we'll look at that in a second. But what we'd ideally want to see is that Wish starts to see some more volume. That would be a good sign of a clear reversal. So we'll take a look at that here in a second. Yeah, again, like volume can be used as reversals when we're going to make our next move up. So I really like to use stuff like that. Just little things, even like your MACD. MACD is a really good indicator for a reversal too. Once that the blue line, the exponential crosses over the yellow, we start to, it starts to turn bullish. So little things like that, can add up, because finding a reversal is one of the hardest things to do in the market. There's a lot of fake reversals. It's very hard to find a reversal, especially, once we're down a lot. So it is very hard to do that. Okay. We're going to look at Wish's 52-week volume and finishing tweeting this out. Yeah, I know Wish is starting to move up. I have a couple shares at $5. So yeah, I think Wish, I'm going to probably add some more shares, but Wish is one to probably be my favorite swing right now. I did take some off on this market downturn, but Wish is probably be, I think Wish could double here pretty quick. Yeah, so no, Wish really doesn't have a lot of volume coming in yet. We'd have to see how today ends, but we are, if we can break over this volume amount, we could definitely. But yeah, we start to see 2 green candles in a row. We really are starting to kind of break out on Wish. So I think Wish, if you enter Wish with a 5 stop loss, Wish looks really, really good. I would definitely think that Wish is 100. I'd put a strong buy on Wish right now. I'm not a financial advisor, but I would. I personally would. Astra Therapeutics, don't like the graph, right? Unless we can break, I would say we have a big gap to fill. I'd only buy right here if we broke over 7. We have a big gap to fill. Chart looks really ugly, unfortunately. But yeah, Wish is starting to look really, really good. Like I said, I'm really bullish about Wish long term, but we're really starting to see some, a potential move up. So great. Yeah. Like I said, I have some shares sub $1. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that Wish could definitely, with growth stocks starting to come back to life, we could see some big reversals coming up on Wish. But yeah, when we're talking about volume, I don't see a lot of volume, but we start reversing. Once we start to see some big volume come up again, we could definitely see some big moves. Yeah, if you guys are just joining, welcome. If you guys got any questions, let me know. We'll go over whatever you guys want to see. Appreciate all the subs coming through. I think we've gotten like 50 subs today, so that is sweet. Appreciate it. As always, yeah, Neo's actually leading the China names too. Lots of big China names really doing well today, so that's really, really good to see. BBIG has a lot of volume today. Sure. Geez, I only need Diddy to move up $5 a share and I'm even. Yeah, Diddy probably is doing strong today, right? China name. Yeah, Diddy is strong today as well. Maybe, I think long term you might be fine on Diddy. Nice triple bottom formation here. Triple bottom. Looks really good. Strong reversal pattern too. Okay, let's look at BBI. I know BBIG, I've been saying I've been bearish on for a long time now. Still bearish on BBIG. I actually sold at $9.75. Made a lot of money on this play. But yeah, I mean, right now we have lots of gaps to fill all the way back down to $3. I don't see. Yeah, there is lots of volume. So right, we do see a clear reversal in volume today. The problem is that if we could have kept these gains, it would have been exciting. We look at our falling wedge line right here. This is kind of I need to draw a better line, but we did break over this falling wedge today. So I thought we could have been maybe bullish today, but we dropped right under that. So if we can reclaim this $6 level again, but I'm still long-term bearish on BBIG, unfortunately. We look at all these other big moves ups. We just, we go all the way back down. So at $3, you could have a potential buy on BBIG. I did like the news that's happened in the last, few months, but you're just really a problem with the subs showing up. But yeah, that'd probably be my take on BBIG, and that's the whole scenario that I have against CEI. I can't believe it's actually running this much again today. I think we're gonna dip eventually, but we have these huge parabolic moves, right? $3 to $12 once that momentum ends. So what I saw is that I don't remember what I saw, but once we broke this 10 level on BBIG, I was automatically out. Once that momentum changes, especially on these really high volatile parabolic moves, you just got to make sure you exit quick, right? Or you're going to get back holding. So that'd be my yeah, BBIG. I don't really think it ever goes back up at $3. Maybe we have a potential for a bounce, but I just don't see a world where we're just gonna randomly bounce. Yeah, you're welcome to. Good. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'll keep it real with you guys here. All right. What would you tell to a new trader on how to find volume on a stock? I mean, volume is not necessarily that interesting. All you look at is if you're looking for a stock that, to swing, for example, if Wish right now we start to see, we're increasing volume, we can see these little blue bars right here. That's volume. So the bigger those are, the more volume. We've been really low on volume. We are starting to see more volume. So I wouldn't use volume is just another gauge to use on. Thank you. Volume's another indicator to use. I just wouldn't use it that much. There's lots of other things you could use. For a new trader, I would probably stay out of looking at volume. It's kind of a acquired taste, right? To read it right. Just generally, if you're looking to swing a stock, if you go to the Yahoo Finance, on the front page, it'll literally say volume, average volume. So if the weekly average volume is higher than the usual average volume, you could say, okay, volume is increasing. We might be ready for a move up. That'd probably be the best thing I would say. Yeah, it's good to see China names. There's a lot of these names that are really, really performing well. If we're talking about China names, anything like that. So that is very exciting. I've been talking about China a lot lately about, I think that this is the bottom, and seeing this move up today is definitely good. It feels good for the portfolio for sure. Most definitely on the portfolio. If you guys are tuned in, you got any questions, let me know. I have all of my socials, Twitter, Discords below. Appreciate if you guys want to follow those. Patreon, if you're interested. Lots of stuff below. And I think it's in the bio. So that stuff is there. If you are interested. I still am going to work on, and I know some of my old-time followers, June. I don't know what I'm going to do with this Discord. I know I want to do some things. Let's take a look. I needed to do some things. Yeah. Hello, everyone that's joining. Appreciate it, though. So that's there as well. I'm still going to look at. I'm still looking to do some things in the Discord, but that could be interesting. If you guys got any questions, you're tuning in here. I want to look at. Let's look at QQQ. I was curious if QQQ was going to fade today, if we're just going to consolidate. I figured we'll probably just consolidate. That's kind of looks like what we're going to. Hopefully, we just sit here, consolidate all day. That's fine with me. APPS, amazing day for us and this Dmtk. What is Dmtk doing? Dmtk is really flirting with this breakout. We do look strong on that. XP is probably looking strong. XP, wow. Talking about, we talk about fundamentals of a chart, right? I know it's not very volatile, but we talk about almost a picture-perfect flag right here. So this is a perfect flag. And we can see that we're starting to break out of this top support line. So we could see XP make another explosive move here on the 5-minute chart. Why did you get info trading stocks? Why did you get into trading stocks? Sure. So I was 15 and I was just sitting here and I just thought it was cool. I thought owning a portion of a company was a really interesting idea. So ever since I learned that, I thought interesting, owning a piece of a company was awesome. And then, I realized that you could make a lot of money. I realized when I was 15, the only way to retire is going to be investing in stocks. So I used to just invest in the S&P, and then I, started looking at other companies. I started looking into companies. Let me turn that off. But yeah, I guess it was just, the idea of, I just thought it was cool, like owning a piece of a company. And I also think of this, the money's nice sometimes and you win, but I also, I think of it as like a game, it's just like it's an adult game, right? Like it's fun to win, you get that satisfaction from just winning. It's fun. Yeah, I didn't really get in stocks to make money or anything like that. More of just, I liked the idea. I thought it was interesting. All the subs coming, appreciate it. Appreciate it as always. But yeah, so many great stocks. I hope XP, like I said, XP is one of my bigger holdings, and I know some of my followers have a lot of XP, APPS, so I'm glad to see that those are doing well. Especially XP. XP had a rough couple weeks for sure. Good to see that those stocks are kind of bouncing back. If you guys are, and then yeah, QQQ looks really good. Like I said, we're just consolidating. We actually could see a move up today. When we're talking about a perfect flag, right? We have a big move up, and now we're just consolidating within this flag. So we do have the potential to see maybe a move up on QQQ today. I'd be fine with just consolidating, but we could see another move. Finally, yeah, does look good. Okay. All right. If you guys are tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. It's funny on Stock Twitch, I changed my name to Zach Morris to bait more people to coming in, and like the comments on here are hilarious. I already have 17 followers. People actually think I am. Anyways, if you guys are tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. If you guys are interested, I literally will give you guys my whole portfolio that I have. It's if you follow my Twitter, I have it posted, my whole portfolio. So if you're interested, and this is why we use technical analysis, right? I just XP, look at this clean breakout. So we fill in this flag, and perfect breakout. We turned our old resistance into support, and now we should have a breakout. APPS looks really good. I am, again, for the next few weeks, I think DMTK, as long as we can hold this, we look like we're ready for a really, really big breakout potentially. So DMTK is another growth stock that I have on watch. But yeah, perfect breakout from XP, as I said that would happen. If you guys are tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. Appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate the subs. Socials are below if you're interested. Yeah, QQQ looks really good today. Yeah, XP, when we're talking about XP as well, my favorite long-term growth stock, we have tons of ways back up to $50. So if you were fortunate, I know some of my followers bought the dip like crazy on XP, could be rewarded well. I think XP is one of those stocks that doubles, triples in the next year, especially with real estate. Their fundamentals are just crazy. Their year-over-year growth, stuff like that. But yeah, perfect breakout. That's why I talk so much about fundamentals, right? If this was a stock that, was a little bit more volatile, like let's say CEI, we see this perfect graph, right? We see this bull flag form right when we break that upper resistance. You can see, even if we were to day trade this, that could have been, 25 cents a share already. So that's why I use a little bit of technical analysis. It does help out. All right, if you guys got any questions, let me know. Right now, yeah, just looking at my growth stocks, looking at QQQ. Appreciate all the subs coming through. Means a lot. Let's see. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it. All right, if you guys are tuning in here, got any questions, let me know. Yeah. XP does look good, though.
That's fine. Yeah. So what my plan is I want to. Oh yeah, we're gonna vent.
All right, yeah, Futu started to kind of annoying from Futu. Like we were up almost $90 today. We double topped. We just can't break it.
You know what I'm gonna do with this? I'll probably move this there, and then
lunch over. My gains down like 30%. Yeah, they are down a little bit.
So I would obviously need to plug in for full. Is this one with it? Oh, okay. It is electric. I'm curious. Yeah. I don't know. It goes up to oh, okay. That's why expensive if you don't know. Yeah.
Give me one sec, guys.
Yeah. Good. So you think that's something we could do? Okay. Awesome. man.
Okay, sorry, we're back. Yeah, I've lost some gains too. You know,
Every time I talk to Robert, he has some bad luck.
is interesting.
Fucking guy, dude.
I can't believe somebody broke into his new
Oh my
little
god.
thing that he allowed. That truck was a nice little truck, too.
Sorry, someone was downstairs. Okay, but yeah, long story if you guys are tuning in, you guys have any questions, let me know. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, lunch over. I mean, sometimes we had a lot of gains today. Sometimes they'll fade. Maybe lunch will bring it back. If someone wants to learn technical analysis, what would you have? What would you have them to learn? The first thing you want to do is learn your stock patterns. Um, so these, and then like I said, it's just trial and error, right? Like you read those stock patterns. It's honestly, it's gonna if you really want to learn technical analysis, it's just gonna take years of just trial and error. It's really what it is. I mean, there's some books out there that you can read. You know, there's lots of free videos online. I like, you know, if you just, you know, there's so much free stuff online, not just from me. I have a lot of free stuff on technical analysis, but there's plenty of YouTubers that, you know, have lots of good stuff. All right. But yeah, like I said, everything's free. It just takes time, right? With anything. Yeah, we'll see. I don't like I said. I have been interested all day to see if QQQ is gonna fade. What we're gonna do. But yeah, portfolio is down a little bit over the last 30 minutes, but that's okay. Like I said, we had a huge run up today. That's why I was surprised that some of these are holding. But yeah, again, stocks like Futu is very frustrating, right? We have these days we're up 7-8%, and then sometimes we just completely just don't do what we're supposed to. Yeah, like Futu, it kind of sucks. We were doing really good, and now we're just absolutely plummeting. Very annoying. Tiger, same exact situation here. Neo, same exact. Not Neo actually is holding up really well. Baba, same situation. So a little frustrating if you're a holder from those, but totally get it. It does happen. Another one of my stocks that is not performing well today that I hold a lot of is BCRX. Actually, not terrible, 2%, but I was hoping that we'd have a little bit more because we've seen a lot of downside. Yeah, China is definitely. I like China's been up a lot today. It is okay to see a little bit of a pullback. Very normal. Very, very normal. All right. Just kind of thinking. Yeah, if you guys are just coming in here, you guys got any questions, let me know. All right. Appreciate everyone being here, all the subs. You have BCRX. Could you please go over it? Yeah. So I will be completely honest. I do know. So BCRX, AstraZeneca, right? We know AstraZeneca. I forget the disease name, but pretty much there's a huge need for. There's AstraZeneca, and with what they're producing right now, it's a big company. They create about $40 billion in revenue. And right now for the treatment, there's lots of blood transfusions, there's needles, there's stuff like that. BCRX, they're right now they actually just they're in the trial patenting a pill. So once this pill comes out, they're going to be taking over a lot of that revenue from AstraZeneca. If you and it has a very small market cap, BCRX, about 2 billion. If you are more interested, I actually am really good friends with Vivi on Twitter. She's put me on it. But if you look at her, just look at her YouTube. Vivi, she has videos over. She used to work in the biofield. She's very smart. She knows more than I ever will about bio. She thinks it's going to hit a couple $100 in a few years. So I have looked at it. I like it myself. But if you look at her YouTube videos, she'll have BCRX right here. So I would look at that. She has a really good idea on that. But yeah, I do like BCRX. Funny you just mentioned it. Yeah, I have had BCRX for a while, but yeah, if you look at her, she'll explain it better than me. Just know that like they have a I can't really explain it that much, other than they have a big pipeline coming up, and their pill is just going to dominate the market for AstraZeneca. They've been working on it for a while. They also have a few pipelines for some other drugs. The play that I hold a lot of it. I don't know too much about it. I'm taking her word. I have looked at it a little bit. Again, like I said, bios are not my thing, but I've been holding it for a while, and I'm up a little bit of money. But BCRX definitely, I think, will be $100 stock here in a few years if you're just patient with it. Big pipeline, a lot of potential. So yes, love BCRX, BioCryst, for sure. You said have you had it for a while? Yeah, BCRX is it. Yeah, if you watch her YouTube videos though, she'll do a better job explaining it. Like I said, I usually stick with hyper growth tech stocks, so not really my thing. Thanks for all the subs coming in too. I think we've got like 50, 60 subs today, so means a ton. Yeah, so QQQ is going to be coming up in a very big crosswords here. We'll see if we can hold these levels. Hopefully we don't fade today on QQQ. If you guys are just joining, you got any questions, let me know. Appreciate all the subs. Means a lot. We're getting so close to that 1,000 mark. Man, it's funny. I put I put Zach Morris, and everyone's just like, "Hello, Zach Morris." If you guys got any questions, let me know. I got all my socials below too, so if you guys do like this content, there's more socials to follow, Discord, stuff like that. I do need ideas from people that have been here for a while that for Discord. I don't know. I have some ideas that I want to do, but I'm not sure. I know, for example, my Patreon, I'm gonna make like a private chat that you guys will. We can have some one-on-one time, something like that. But I also want to have like I don't know. I don't know what you guys would feel about this from like June, some other people. I want to have I want to have a day where I get someone else who I think it'd be cool to get someone else on this channel who knows a lot about stocks and maybe do kind of like a podcast thing. Maybe I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there, but maybe someone that wants to come on and do a podcast or live trade for a day. I think that'd be interesting for a video. Maybe someone else. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know where I'd find someone. Maybe a follower. I know that some of you guys have a lot of good stuff. I think that'd be cool as well. Maybe we could start in the next podcast. Yeah, maybe I could start a podcast. That'd be pretty cool. Like I said, I don't know how I would like record everyone's voice, but I think a podcast would be super cool. Like I said, I have to find someone that, is obviously knowledgeable about stocks or, something like that, but it'd be cool. For example, I ran into someone who worked in the bio field a couple days ago. It'd be really cool to like interview someone like that, and because supposedly they just do bio. I don't know a lot about that, so maybe something like that. I definitely want to do some stuff like that on here. Maybe one day. It'd be cool. If you guys, if you guys are just joining, you got any questions, let me know. Appreciate so many watchers today. Means a lot. Curious to see what China's going to do. Like, I'd be so upset if Futu turned red on the day. Looks like we're going to probably be fine, but we shall see. You should have Zach Morris on a podcast here. Yeah. I'd really like to have him on a podcast, but, we think of gives and takes, right? I would take a lot from Zach, and I don't really have anything to give. I have to find. That'd be cool if I could get him on here. If you guys want to, like, tweet at him and say, I want him on here, that'd be pretty cool. Also, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I just don't think there's no reason for him to come talk to me. Maybe one day when we hit 100,000 subs. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, if you guys are new though, if you got any questions, appreciate everyone being here. It means a lot. Right, let's take a look. Do you have any recommendations on hair products? Asking for... Oh my gosh. Okay, so I usually have curly hair. It's just a little bit messed up right now. I'm the guy. Let's do a quick up. My hair doesn't look that bad today, actually. You're funny, James. I use a 3-in-1. I have a 3-in-1 shampoo, body wash, conditioner. So I would not be the guy to ask. Okay. Yeah, I got curly hair. Oh my god, it's hilarious because I on stock Twitch I can't take it seriously sometimes. It's hard to take some things seriously. All right, Emma looks really sweet. Lots of good companies out here. All right, great. All right, the expensive French stuff. Yeah, if you want to, I'll take it. What's up, Wesley? The expensive. Nah, I'm a 3-in-1 type of guy. You know, I don't got the money to buy conditioner, shampoo, and body wash. If you want to send me some though, I'd be down. I would be down. All right, QQQ. Like I said, consolidating nice in that vlog. Let's take a look at DMTK. Please don't be down, DMTK. DMTK is doing really good. Really excited for this breakout this week potentially. XP looks good too. James with XP and APPS and DMTK, we are absolutely killing it today. Very good. Biggest difference between stock TA and crypto TA? Yeah, sure. So pretty much they move on the same basis. What I do like about crypto is a little bit harder because when I take a look at there's different stocks. Stocks are pretty much what we're doing technical analysis. We're predicting emotions. Emotions can be easily predictable sometimes, and we're just predicting emotions. Stocks like AMC and GameStop are very, very, very emotional. So they're so emotional that they're really, really hard to predict. Crypto is very emotional too, so it's really hard to predict. I've done a little bit of technical analysis when my followers want me to look over Bitcoin. It's pretty much the same thing. I've just noticed that Bitcoin sometimes doesn't follow the same principles as stocks do. Sometimes they move a little bit weird. But yeah, the same things. Technical analysis can be applied to many different things. It can be applied to futures. It can be applied to anything. Bonds. Forex. Technical analysis. Actually, Forex is the easiest way to use technical analysis. Usually, those patterns do a pretty good job. Forex. Killing it. Yes. James, I'm hoping up in a month James, whenever APPS hits $1,000 and XP hits 200, we're all gonna have a meetup. All right. Whenever APPS hits 1,000, we're gonna have like a meetup, and James is gonna pay for all of us to come. Now, if you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. Appreciate 41 people being here. It's sweet. Yeah, and DMTK, I'm telling you, like we said, like with these growth stocks, once they break out, for example, SI, right? We literally went. This is one of my favorite growth stocks, 200 to 158. So, once these growth stocks start to get some love again, we can really start to break out. We are gonna looks like we're trying to break out again on DMTK, but over 35, DMTK is gonna be really, really strong. Deal. All right. Once deal. I like it. Yeah. Once APPS hits at that APPS, I don't know if it actually will hit 1,000. Right? I think it will hit 1,000 eventually for sure. Man, we're talking about a killer day on APPS. Really thought my end of the week price target was 80. But yeah, super, super nice. Love it. XP's doing so many great stocks. I don't know if are you in Tiger or Futu, James? Couldn't remember if you are. I feel like you're not, but yeah, Futu and Tiger are paying me well today. Tiger was paying me really, really well. Lost some of those gains, but that's okay. My hair's messed up again, dang it. I need to adjust. All right, we're good. All right. Again, appreciate all the subs coming through. I think this is the most subs we've ever gotten in a day. Might just have to stream the whole market. Not that I do it for the subs, but it is definitely nice. Getting monetized would be sweet. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I got all my socials below, Discords, Twitters. If you guys are tuning in, you want to see anything, let me know. Oh, we could look at CEI. We haven't looked at that in a while. I'm sure everyone wants to see. Yeah, it looks all right. Like I said, momentum for the day is up there, but both Tiger. Okay, nice. Nice. I do. Like I said, China. Once I've been saying this for a while. Once Tiger and Futu they start to come back to life, they're gonna double really quick. I'm really hoping that we see some more upside. I was hoping that we held those gains today from Tiger and Futu, but I've kind of I was kind of really just hoping that they would bounce sometime. I didn't really have a good price target when to get in, but those names are doing really good today too. So yeah, we should. Like I said, hopefully money and growth starts. It really seems like growth is starting to pick up. All 2020 growth has been doing really bad. We're really starting to pick up on all these names. I love it. XP, wow, XP. James is officially up. I think you're officially up money on XP, so congrats on that. Futu looks decent. Tiger, wish we held some of those games, but yeah, definitely some great day to be a bullish trades follower. That is for sure. Nice. What type of stuff do you have on your Patreon? That's it. I honestly will be honest. I have nothing on my Patreon. More of it. Patreon's pretty much. Yeah. Thanks, KTG. Patreon's more of a. Like I said, I never wanted. I wasn't actually even gonna start one. I really thought that. I really wanted all this stuff to be free, but a lot of my followers wanted to just to say thanks. I guess they wanted me to start one. I haven't even thought about what I want to do on there. I'm thinking my Patreon. I'm going to start. I'm going to figure out stuff that I'm going to do, but maybe like a Sunday watch list. Maybe I'll give you guys like two. Like if you're like subscribed, maybe 2 stocks. I'll like go full in depth. 4 on Sunday. Maybe everyone can pick a stock from the Patreon. Every Sunday I'll go in detail. I don't know. Don't really have anything on there to be honest. It's more of if you like my content. I would like to do that. Right. Discord link isn't working, or is it just me? It's probably just you. Yeah. Also, if you guys, I don't have any ideas what I even want for my Patreon. We'll take a look. Let me see if it's working on my side. So if you guys have any ideas, I would appreciate that. Let's see. Discord. Yeah, it should be working. Wow, interesting. Yeah, that's not showing up, huh? It should just be the same, right? Let's see. People have been joining today. All right, let me see if I can give you guys the right link. That should be the right link. I'll make sure. I appreciate the input. Let me make sure Yeah, we'll talk about Wish, Corey. Here's that. There's that Discord link in there. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to fix that. Thanks. So Wish, it's really hard with Wish, right? Because we've just been on this downtrend for so long that I thought a good price target would be, $5 and we dipped from that, or $10. I think, long term I'm really bullish on Wish, so I think anywhere is a good price target from here. I think that there's a lot of potential. I love the earnings on Wish. There's so many good things going for Wish. The problem is that it just doesn't go up. We'll talk about that in a second. What I was going to say is that it looks like we're starting to see some actual momentum right now. So when I look at Wish, we really do start to see a little bit of momentum right now. So I'm going to take a look at that. It looks like we're actually starting to go up today. It's been a long time since we even had like 2 green days in a row. So like I said, I thought that Wish right now with if you entered right now with a $5 stop loss would look really well, or would be, some good ads, but we'll go into depth here. Let me look. And hopefully that Discord link works. So yeah, Wish, definitely I think that, we can clearly see that we're trying to, reverse out of this. We have a lot of room all the way up to 6. Yeah, I think if you bought here with a 5 stop loss, that would look pretty good. I am really bullish on Wish. APS going to move my stop loss, thinking 75 thoughts. APPS is interesting for me, right? When I talk about stop losses on my hyper growth, I don't have any. And I know it's very, you're up probably a lot of money on APPS. For me, I'm so bullish about APPS long term that I don't really care what happens with the stock price. I know that in 3 or 4 years, it's going to be hundreds of dollars. So for me, I don't put stop losses on my hyper growth. I mean, like I said, I'm super bullish. I mean, a clear stop would be, I mean, yeah, maybe 75 would be a good stop, but for me, I'm so bullish on it. It might dip back to 75, but for me, I'm so bullish. I don't even have stop losses on my hyper growth. I'm looking at 3 to 5 year time frame on those, so I'm not even interested in adding, or I don't even care about the price. What happens on the hyper growth? Stuff like XP, APPS, Futu, Tiger. Those are names that are going to sit in my portfolio for 3 or 5 years, and that's all that's really going to happen with them. Now, I know you have a lot of shares of APPS, so I can see where you want to protect some of those profits. So, that's kind of where 75 seems like a good stop loss. But if you're worried about putting a stop loss, I would say don't even go long in a hyper growth. But yeah, I mean it's hard to say because could it go back down to 75? Does it need a pullback? Possibly, but for me it doesn't even matter. If APPS went down to $20, I'm still going to hold it. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in, welcome. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Yeah, hopefully that Discord link works. I don't know why that's not working. I guess that is from my end. I'll have to update that. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, cool. Because I have none. Yeah, that's my thing. It's even with XP. It's good. I like stop losses on swing trades, but cool. All right, great. Great. That'd be my saying behind it. XP is looking good today. 43.50. Yeah, XP is freaking killing it today. And that I really want to see Dmtk take such low volume on Dmtk, but I really think Dmtk could really start to skyrocket up here. So I'm getting really interesting on Dmtk. Wish looks good too for a swing, for sure. QQQ is holding up really nice today too. That helps. I do want to see, the only thing that I'm really kind of bummed out is Futu. We lost a lot of the gains today, and Tiger. Still up on the day, but, just some little things I can complain about. You can always come. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Appreciate everyone being here. I think we've gained like 50 subs today, so I appreciate it. Half of it probably had to do with me spamming stock twits, but I still appreciate it. I wonder, did you end up selling any Zom, James? I know that you were holding Zom Therapeutics, and I didn't even ask why you're bullish on that company, but you seem pretty bullish on it. Shiba is going down too. Shiba needed a pullback as well. CVE, not my choice, but a friend asked me about it, and I do. I gotcha. What are your thoughts on Etsy asking for my completely real and totally not fake girlfriend? You're fine, Matt. Talking about my girlfriend, she has not even responded to me today. Interesting. That's okay. We'll look at CVE. Is it CVE? We'll look at Etsy. I like Etsy. Etsy is another really nice long-term growth stock if we're talking about hypergrowth. CVE. Okay, so CVE, wow, $3 to $10, really nice graph. Energy stocks have just been running a lot this year. What I want to look at though is let's take a look at here. CVE stock. Okay. Yeah, I know energy's been running a lot this year. It's been with the infrastructure bill. 22 billion market cap. So very big market cap for an energy stock for sure. Let's just go ahead and look at the financials real quick. So we'll look at the basic financials. I'll tell you. So we keep dropping on revenue. Quarterly, This is why we have a big jump. Quarterly, we have, this is interesting, okay? So annually, our revenue's bad, but quarterly, we've started to turn up. We almost tripled 2020 to 2021 in this 3 months. So we've really started to look good. Next earnings, if we can beat 11 million this next earnings, I could be really, really bullish. But we have next earnings is going to be key. It's hard for me because I see annually we keep going down, but quarterly we're starting to turn really good. So next earnings is going to be key. But from just the earnings based on the quarter, it looks really, really, really strong. Annually scares me a little bit though. But yeah, quarterly, that's no, you're fine. So yeah, it does look good. Next earnings are going to be very interesting. Etsy, I like hypergrowth, so I can talk about Etsy for a while if you want me to. But we talk about a really, really strong, and this goes with Zulily. There's a lot of these e-commerce stocks that have been doing really, really good this year. So let's go to Etsy stock, and I really like Etsy's growth potential too. We had a really nice earnings. So let's talk about big market cap, but let's go straight into earnings. What I also like to look is, I haven't talked about this yet, I like to look on cash on hand. So first of all, I like to see cash on hand. So cash on hand, we have about $1 billion. We really increased our cash on hand. Our revenue is going up substantially every quarter, and our net cost of revenue is not that bad. So let's go to Yahoo Finance, and let's go to financials. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Quarterly, look at this. We doubled from 2019 to 2020. Huge, annually growth. Even on the quarterly, we're growing. So when I'm talking about a strong company, last earnings wasn't that great. So I want to see a pickup on next earnings. But when we're talking about companies I like, hypergrowth, this earnings from 2017, always going up. We're always beating earnings. So I really like Etsy as a long-term hold. Yes, Etsy is a great stock to hold long-term. My corporate investing account. If I take profits, I get taxed. So holding until I have a lower tax year. Heck yeah. That's another thing. Tax bracket, wash show rule. So many different things to look on the tax side of stocks. Luckily, I don't have to do that right now. Maybe it could shoot back up too. If it hits $10, that'd be cool. Be good for. So yeah, Etsy's a very solid hype. It's almost at the verge of being a hyper growth, but it's really just a growth stock at the end of the day. But yeah, super, super solid. I really like it. No doubt about that. There's a lot of growth stocks like that too. That's what I mostly play. So when I look at a stock like that, I don't hold Etsy because I've found companies with more growth than Etsy, but Etsy is definitely I think, a very, very good long-term play. Like I said, last earnings weren't the best earnings call I've ever seen in my life. Quarter to quarter, sometimes earnings are going to be down, but you just really want to look at the annual level. But yeah, next earnings are going to be very, very key for a lot of these stocks. That's what, and a lot of these hypergrowth stocks, they always do good on earnings. So for example, XP, we're going to do a watch party on XP's earnings because XP gapped up 60% of last earnings, or 50%. They always do so good on earnings. So I'm really excited for XP's earnings this quarter. I'm really excited for BCRX. All of my hypergrowth companies, I really like earnings season to come around. I hold these companies, and it's good to see, Also, sometimes earnings, I've taken out companies. If I see a big change in the financial statements that I don't like, I'll actually cut them out. So earnings is a big time for hypergrowth, and we're getting back into earnings season. So I do like earnings seasons. Very exciting time if you're a hypergrowth investor, for sure. If you guys are tuning in, welcome. You got any questions, let me know. Very cool. All right. Appreciate all the subs, as always. So many subs coming in today. Appreciate it. I have my Discord, everything below, YouTube, Twitter, if you guys are interested in some extra content. XP really wants to break out. Let's look at Oh, wow. Hey, James, look at DMTK here. DMTK, like I said, this is going to be the next big breakout right here. I'm telling you. And actually, now that on the 1 year, it looks like a breakout, I kind of messed up. If we're really looking at a breakout, this 35 level is going to be really key, but we are looking like we're getting really close to breakout. If I really redo this line though, on this 4 hour, it does look like a breakout in my opinion. But either ways, 35 is going to be the true breakout, but we are really starting to break out on DMTK. Look at that perfect candle. That looks great. But I really would like to see ideally 35. And DMTK is going to have a lot of room to go up as well, so nice. I'm holding a lot of DMTK. It's, hyper growth. We're growing hundreds of percent every year, blah, blah, blah. Really, really good company. So DMTK looks like we're ready for our next really big breakout. So couldn't be more excited to hold this into the next few days. All right, so great stuff. Yeah, DMTK is going to be one of those companies. And we're already 7% a day is huge on a stock, so we having a really, really good day on DMTK as well. But we're definitely getting very close to, potential breakout. So love to see it. 35 would be awesome if we could claim that today. So we'll be taking a look at DMTK to see if we can do that. That would be sweet if we could break 35. Otherwise, we still look really strong. Like if we look at this 1 year, it's a clear breakout in my opinion. Clear breakout. Very good. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome. If you guys got any questions, leave those. So many nice names today. Like I said, 35 is a huge level, but still look really good. What's up?
Can I have your keys to get my stuff out your trunk? How do I pop the trunk?
Just hold this button down. That one. All right. If you guys are joining in, welcome, welcome. But yeah, DMTK looks super strong. Ugh, Futu. Gross. Gross. All right, XP looks good. So many great names today. All right, I wonder if IWM, let's take a look at IWM. IWM is actually going crazy. I can't believe our growth stocks are kind of lagging. And then we want to look at QQ, or actually SPY. SPY actually looks like a perfect, looks like we're going to break out possibly. This is a picture perfect flag. If we're looking at SPY, you can't get a better flag than that. So we could potentially break out of this bull pennant today. We could have a strong. Good time to get into DMTK. I don't have any yet. That's a hard question. We are getting really, really close to this breakout. The problem is we kind of are overextended today. I think DMTK is a good time to buy. I would just make sure maybe just don't go all in at your position size weight of it. We are a little overextended on the daily, but we are looking really, really good at a breakout coming up really soon. And this name is hyper growth stock, been beaten down. Looks like we're gonna break out of that soon. So yeah, I do like it. I know, like I said, I added a little. I know some people. James added a little bit of DMTK today. I added some DMTK today, but I've also been holding for a while now. So before this big pop. But yeah, all these growth stock names are just really killing it today. I'm really hoping that we see some follow through. If we could see some follow through on Friday, it would be really nice. But we also have been kind of up a lot on our growth, so. We shall see. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Brayden. Why would you throw that? Yeah, SPY looks like we could possibly break out of this bull pennant. That actually looks really strong. Any good ways to screen for stocks? There's actual stock screeners, but what stock screeners are going to do is they're going to, what I like to do, I don't use stock screeners, but what I would say is, look for, weekly high volume, look for stocks that are, breaking out of their resistance lines, You can look at some screeners. I don't really have a good idea with screeners. Don't know, so I'm not going to give you too much of an answer. Sorry. For me, I mean, screeners too. What are you talking about? Like, you know, screeners are very hard. What I think of a screen, there is screener in Thinkorswim. If you go down to scan, you can like put in, you know, for example, stocks that are really, really cheap, so their PE ratio. If you put in volume difference and then put in 90%, you can find, you know, all these different things. I don't really use the scanner, but there is a lot of options right there if you are interested. That's why I like Thinkorswim. There's lots of options to do stuff on here. So Thinkorswim is definitely a great platform. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. You got any questions, let me know. Right, great. Yeah, I'm hoping that we could break out of 35 today, but you know, still a really, really good day for DMTK. I'm just being greedy at this point. Well, not really, because there could be some definitely really nice breakout zones for sure. CCXI, sure, we can look at CCXI. Appreciate all the subs coming in, lots of them. Always appreciate that. Let's look at CCXI. So, chemo. Really, really nice. So we have I like it up to about 25. We have this huge gap fill. So nice bullish engulfing today. I think that, you know, if you're managing your risk all right, we definitely have room, you know, all the way back up to 47 potentially. We're working on this big gap fill. So MACD just crossed bullish. Yeah, I mean, we could definitely have some huge runs today. I think that we probably do need to cool off a bit, but it looks really, really strong on the technical side. We don't want this. We don't want the Bollinger Bands. So yeah, wait, I clicked the wrong one. Give me one sec. All right. We are very overextended on the RSI, so it would be a bad time to go long right here. We want to pull back probably into this, you know, maybe 20 area. But yeah, it looks really, really strong. We have that gap to fill. Any good ways? Yeah. So, yeah, you know, it looks decent. Dmtk, wow, we're just grinding up. Let's take a look at the Qs. Qs are going to be interesting. Like I said, I was just happy if we could just consolidate all day. And we are doing that on QQQ, so we do look good. I expect DMTK to start picking up on some more screeners and start to get some more volume for the next few days. So hopefully that'll happen. That'd be really nice. Get some more volume. If you guys are just tuning in, you got any other questions, let me know. Appreciate all the subs. And also, if you guys are tuning, I have all my links below in the comments. So if you guys, I have Discords, all that stuff. If you guys are interested, those are some great. They honestly don't do much, but I'm going to start putting out some more resources, stuff like that. And also, if you guys have like personal questions throughout the day, you could probably just DM me on Discord. I'll probably answer, or Twitter. I'm pretty good about just answering followers. Yeah, Wish is starting to do really good too. 528, up pretty good on the day. Yeah, if you guys are just joining, you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, I'm hoping that 35 can be claimed on DMTK. That'd be sweet. Like I said, I think we're really starting to break out on DMTK, and we can see that through today. I mean, we're already up close to 8%, so totally fine with the move today. All right. I have some cash burning a hole in my pocket. Could you please suggest a few of your top choices? Yeah. APPS, XP, Tiger, Futu, DMTK. If you just June, I'm gonna actually I'll put it in the Discord for you later today, but I'll just you guys can just follow my Twitter too. I'll put it in there for you, June, today. If you guys just go to my Twitter, this is not updated. I need to update this. I'll send the real link, but these are all my holdings. So any of these, honestly, I think are great holds. I'm not a financial advisor, but these are great holds. I cut down a little bit on BCRX today. I added a little bit more to Tiger, and I did add DMTK a couple days ago as well. So any of those are going to be good. So I'll put that in the Discord. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, I'll put that link. I'll put that in the Discord. But any of those, Gene, are good. Yeah. Another company I haven't even talked about. I made so much. This is like one of my first companies that I made a lot of money off of back in the day. But IDEX. IDEX is super nice. I love their revenue and stuff, but this stock's been beaten down so much. This is, if you're interested in digging into a company, this company is insane. Nasty chart, but I did actually like this. I remember I played this up to $1 to $3 on this big spike. Discord link, yeah, it should be in the YouTube videos, but it said that it wasn't. It said that it's invalid for some reason, so I'll just I'll copy this and put it in there for you. Let me do that real quick. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, maybe that'll work. Should be good. Yeah, you're welcome, June. That should be the Discord link. I also, all of these on here work as well. So if you're curious to catch me on some other things as well, hopefully that will work. I don't know why the link is showing is invalid, but that is there now for you. Yeah, appreciate all the subs coming in. I think, I don't know, this might be the most subs we've ever gotten in a day, so I appreciate it. We've had a lot of people in here today, so appreciate it as always. Yeah, I'm curious to see how like China names close today. I'm hoping we get a good close. There's a lot of name. I mean, we're still up a lot percent on the Chinese names today. I'm just being a little bit picky. I mean, I still think we got a lot of momentum back on our side, but yeah, still up 5% today. That's amazing. Okay. What do you guys think what's happening to CEI? So pretty much what's happened to CEI, we have this crazy parabolic structure, and once we break out of, once we break down from this big momentum, we see lots of downside. Today, I think I'm not long-term bullish, but I think for today we had a lot of momentum. Was kind of a dead cat bounce, but I don't know if we're ever going to get back up to that $3-4 range. It seems very unlikely. I do know that we are forming a really, really nice bull flag. We could break out of this today and head higher into after hours. We have a lot of room all the way up to $2.64. The longevity, I'm just, not really seeing it. And I already played it. I already made a lot of money off CEI, so I'm not really interested in playing it again, unfortunately. But, if you're bag holding, you might have a little bit of potential, but make sure that, if you were really, really down a lot of money, you're up almost 100% today. Make sure that you're scaling out a little bit, selling some off if you were sad that you were down a lot. Okay. IDEX actually has a nice bullish engulfing candle too on the daily. How nice. All right. Gross. Nice. We're starting to actually curl up on China. That looks good. Nice. Great. Okay. Yeah, see, I could break out today. We look like we're filling in that bull flag pretty well. some potential for sure. If you guys are tuning in, you guys had any questions at all, let me know. We will go over whatever you guys want to see. Appreciate all the subs as well. Yeah, CI could definitely break out today. I mean, we already have had a strong day, but we could see, we might see some continuation into after hours, possibly into tomorrow. As long as we close well, we don't gap down on the chart. As long as we keep going up, until that momentum changes, we look really good. But we have a ways all the way up to 277 on the chart. We have a lot of no really resistance at all since we kind of gapped down that one day. If you guys are tuning in, welcome. If you guys got any questions, let me know. We can go over that. Yeah, good to see China names are calling up. I would love to see China names like close at the high of the day. That would be super sick. Okay. Okay. Dmtk, wow, we're getting really close to that 35 level. The stock is looking really, really good for us. Any thoughts on GoTo? I've not looked at that stock. I don't think I ever very easy, but we'll take a look at that. Sure. No worries. GoTo. GoTo. So I'm going to be, wow. We were at almost $150 down at 343, so not interested in the company at all. We take a look. It's crazy. That's a huge drop, and I know you think, oh, maybe it goes back to 150, but usually stocks that stay down don't go back up. So let's take a look at why. All right, so earnings calls, EPS is always getting not beat. If we go to financials, it'll probably tell the story. So based of our interesting. Okay. Quarterly, annually, our revenue, I don't get it. Our revenue is increasing a lot year over year. Really. The problem is that we're growing almost 200% a year. That's crazy growth. The problem is our cost of revenue is the cost of revenue is not even that expensive. Operating expense. Here we go. Our operating expense is almost as much as the total revenue. So even though we have this crazy revenue growth, our operating expense is almost as much as the revenue. So our operating income, we're actually losing money every quarter. I almost was like, what the heck? So I don't know what they do, but the cost of revenue is the problem right here. Our cash on hand also, we went 3 billion to 1 billion, so we're losing lots of cash on hand very, very quick. So I can see why the company's down. I don't know why the cost of revenue is so high, because the earnings, the growth potential is huge for it to go down to $150 to $3. I'll do some more research into that company. That's very interesting. I've never seen something like that. Obviously, the cost of revenue is extreme, but the growth is extreme as well. So I don't understand it. I don't know if it reverse split or something. Interesting, but no, I would not go long on this. The chart's really beat up. If we broke possibly $4.34, we have a huge gap to fill up. That'd be the only thing I'd be looking at on this chart if we broke 434. Very interesting chart, though. That is interesting. I've never seen something like that. Not the chart, but very interesting. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. I've never really seen anything like that, but hey. If you guys got any questions, let me know. We will go over that. Otherwise, I think we're probably going to end the stream here in about a few minutes. We had a good stream today. There's not too much to talk about, and I need to go eat and take a break for sure. Too much computer time. All right. So yeah, I am probably going to... I appreciate everyone being here. I am live every day, so if you guys did like the content, I have a lot of socials below. If you guys like the content, make sure to sub. I hate to end it when we have so many viewers, but I am gonna end it off for today. We did stream a long time today, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I am live every day. Yeah, have a great day. I'll thank you, James. I appreciate you being here, your support as always. Yeah, if you guys, I'll until you guys trickle off. If you guys got any other questions to look at, we'll go. Dmtk James looks really, really good. All of our stocks are APPS. Ugh, kind of gross, but that's okay. Futu is really starting to curl up. Tiger, some good names. I wish APPS would have held some gains, but super, super good gains on the day. We look really, really good all our way around. Yeah, sure. We can look at Adder. What is your Twitter address? It is televised. It's in the link, but I'm gonna, June, if you just DM me on Discord, I'll give you that list. Yeah, you're welcome. Didn't even see you here today, Charlotte. Hello. Yes, you're very welcome. Yeah, so Sphere, I did like, so we'll talk about it again, Adder. It's in this kind of range play. Or actually, no, Adder is a definite sell in my opinion. We broke this 9.3 level. We have room all the way down to $3, so definite sell in my opinion. Unless we break over this resistance line, if we can get back over maybe about $9, I could see a potential, or $9.25, but don't really like it. Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate it. Yeah, again, all my socials are below if anyone is interested. Appreciate all the subs again. I think we got like 60 subs today, so that is sweet. We're on our way to become monetized. That is very nice. So yeah, if you guys, we're not gonna probably do much here, so I appreciate everyone being here. If you guys can leave. Probably not gonna talk about anything else. I will be live all day tomorrow. I might be live later today after the market close, maybe for a few hours. I'm not sure. I don't have anything planned today, so we'll see. Okay. Still, I had this like social experiment going, right? Like I haven't promoted my Twitch at all, right? And I was like, yo, maybe my Twitch will do good. I want you guys to look at my Twitch stats. I don't get it. We have 1 follower on Twitch, and we've been streaming every day for the last 2 weeks. I figure that we just haven't gotten noticed, right? Maybe we just with how the algorithm works, we're so far down that we just don't get any viewers. It's kind of crazy though. I was curious to see what would have happened. Very interesting. But yeah, I'm also going to do some work on the Discord today. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll do something with that. Okay. Yeah, very good day today. Can I ask your opinion on XTD and NXTP? Sure. NXTD is a blockchain. I used to play that. The problem is I haven't really looked at the financial side, but NXTD to me is, I know it's that blockchain. Honestly, this chart is terrible. I don't want to play it at all. It looks terrible. I would not buy right now. Let's go take a look at NXTD stock though. We can look at we'll see the story. 332 million market cap. The revenue is not terrible. The problem is here. Let's go to our Yahoo Finance. Problem here is our revenue has been going down every single year, which is terrible. And our there's no revenue year over year, so the stock keeps going down. The operating expense is really, really expensive. Our net income is negative for the last 4 years. We can't turn profitable. Twitch got hacked. Oh, did it really? That's funny. Cheers and thanks for the help, even if you aren't a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor, but you are welcome for the advice. You're not the help. Thanks, Keith, for this up. We need to make this very clear, June. It's not help, it's advice, okay? It's advice. I'm giving you guys, no, I'm not giving you guys advice. What is it? It's not advice. What would I be giving you? I'd be giving you not advice. Advice is opinion. I'm giving you an opinion. I don't know if opinion is the right word, but thanks, man. I'm new to your channel. Appreciate your work. You're welcome, Carlos. No worries. No worries at all. NXTP. Okay, we'll look at NXTP real quick. NXTP. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, geez. We gapped up really nice. Filled in that gap. Filled in this nice gap. We just IPO'd, so on these IPO plays, once we can break this first candle, so this 245 is a huge pivot point. If we can break this 245 level, we could shoot up. I don't know what they do. There's not going to be much on them, but once these IPO plays break their first candle's range, so this 245, we could go parabolic. So look for a 245 cross on there. Yeah, you're welcome, Prime. No worries. Okay, we can look at OCGN. OCGN. OCGN is interesting. We're going to look at it on this chart, though, because it has the 200-day moving average. QQQ. Hopefully it doesn't fall. So OCGN is really, really bullish. So we have this 200-day moving average, right? And what looks like we have this perfect symmetrical triangle. This is our 200-day moving average, and what happened last time is we've hit this 200-day moving average. We usually bounce off of it. So we filled in this triangle perfectly, this symmetrical triangle. We're really starting to coil, and we're bouncing right off of our 200-day moving average. So I know there's some catalysts coming out, but if any good news comes out whatsoever, we're primed for a really, really big move up. So catalyst-wise, if any catalyst comes, we're going to move up a lot. Does look primed for a big move for sure. I do like, I don't know if I like Okijin, but the graph looks really good. If any good news comes whatsoever, this thing's going to jump. That is for sure. I also need to get a better chair with some neck support. It hurts my neck to sit here all day. Need to do that. Thanks, Keith, for the sub. Appreciate everyone. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, if not, we're probably going to be done. So if you guys kind of want to, probably won't be too much. Sam, I'm new to your channel. I like your technical analysis. I appreciate it. Glad you like it. Thank you, thank you. Means a lot. All the positive words. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, technical analysis. It's okay, I suppose. Right. Again, all my socials are below too. Hopefully, let's see. All right. Lucario. You into Pokemon? I'm into Pokemon too, if you are. I got lots of Pokemon. Thanks, new to the channel. How about Sidham? Sure. I got too many Pokemon cards, honestly. Sidham, okay. Sidham. Interesting. Doesn't look like a terrible. Actually, looks like a really, really good graph. Really, really uptrendy graph like that. And actually, we're gonna clear all these drawings. I have looked at this before. I'm gonna clear all these drawings. It looks like we're actually gonna be filling in a bull flag really, really nice. So, bull flag. We look like a really, really. We could have a potential move up here. Really, really nice bull flag setup. Really nice graph as well. Let's take a look. Okay. So 400 million market cap, so not big. Cash on hand is, we kind of are decreasing every year, not bad. Net income, this is the problem. The revenue is, well, I need to look at the Yahoo Finance. There's probably a reason. Oh yeah, so if we're talking about revenue, this is interesting as well. So this is what a lot of the stocks do sometimes is from 2018, we've been doing really, really bad. But right now, from the last year, we've been doing really good. We can see that we almost doubled this last quarter. Really, really good growth. So it's really hard for me because, annually we've decreased for a while, but quarterly we're starting to do well again. So it does look good quarterly wise. What I'd want to see, our cost of revenue is not expensive at all. So this last quarter was amazing, amazing, amazing growth right here. If we can continue this growth into next quarter, it could be a huge stock. I love this potential. Next quarter is going to be obviously really big. We want to see, I would say over about 20 million earnings would be a really, really good sign for this stock. But it looks really, really good. This is a huge, this is why it's ran so hard. We can literally see it is almost doubled off of earnings. That's the great thing about growth stocks. We get those amazing earnings and we gap up. So yeah, it looks good. I want to see next earnings. Raise your screen. What you mean raise your screen, June? RDW, we can look at RDW. I don't know what you mean by raise your screen. RDW. RDW, yeah, we had a strong day. Honestly, this is a SPAC. I don't like it. There's not going to be much information. The graph looks pretty ugly. I would say no to it. Don't like it. Can you look at the Perry? Can you look at Perry? You're fine, Sam. You don't. I'll look at it. I look at all the stocks. You don't have to. All right, Perry. Perry looks decent. Nice uptrend. I do think that we're going to see a pullback right here. Looks like we have some good resistance up here, good support down here. Thanks, Gerardo. So I think we might, like I said, when we're looking at this stock for Perry, we really need to break out of this 2250 level. We've had a hard time. If we break out of this 2250 level, we can go back to all-time highs. But if we can't, we're probably going to go back down to 16s. So that's a big break coming up. We want to make sure that we break that on Perry to maintain our bullish sentiment. Let's take a look. So our earnings have been really good. EPS and revenues really good. So let's take a look on the financials. So let's go to Perry. We'll take a look. Okay, financials. All right. Yeah, really. So this is the thing. It's really year over year we are growing, but there's not a lot of growth. So yeah, same thing. It looks okay. The problem is there's just not that growth. I mean, we are growing a little bit every quarter, maybe 20% a year, but there's stocks that are growing 100% a year. So it's an okay hold. There's not a lot of growth behind there for me. So I'd put. Oh, raise your screen for your neck. Maybe I need to. Yeah, I need to work on that. I just need to. Yeah, I just need to. I just get a new chair, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I do need to, because like I feel like I'm just like looking. I should raise my screen. I need to adjust my camera. I will do that. My posture kind of sucks. Look at Blinn and UWMC. Thank you so much. We'll be fine. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Strange. No worries. Let's look at Blinn. Okay. Blinn, don't like it. Terrible chart. Not even gonna look at the financials. Sorry if I just look at it and I just like, I can just tell off the chart if it's going to be good. And UWMC, I know this was all over Stock Twitch. The chart is disgusting. I know someone was talking about earnings, though, that they were okay. Let's look. Yeah, if the chart looks bad, we're just not going to play. If it's been declining for the last 3 years. So here's my problem with this. 10 billion market cap and the revenue's not that much. What we're going to want to see here is that the market cap's really big for the revenue, so I'm hoping we see some revenue increase here. Yeah, we lost a third of our revenue year from last quarter, so I put a strong sell on here. It does not look good. I'll be following you for now. Can you look at I already looked at that. Yeah, so I mean, the thing is it's like, I'm not going to like if the stock looks bad, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, when we go from $1 million to 373, it's just not good. We can see we've been in a downtrend for a while. That displays that. So, yeah, not interested in that as well. Unfortunately. Let's see. Maybe I'll put this Discord in here too, because I need to update this Discord link. I don't know why it wasn't working, so we'll I actually got to do it over here. If you guys are interested, I'll drop that. All right. There's that. Cool. If you guys got any more questions, go ahead and ask. If not, we'll probably go ahead and end it. Appreciate everyone being here. We had a great stream. We made a. Please, DMK be up. Wow, Dmtk fell a little bit. That's fine. Gross. I don't like that look from APPS. We almost lost $3 on the day. That's fine. Tiger, kind of gross. The growth stock's getting hit a little bit, but we're still up a lot of money. Just unfortunate we're losing some of those gains today, but we are up a lot, so you can't complain too much. Yeah, it was up a lot. Lost a few $100 from this pullback a little bit, but lunchtime maybe we shoot back up. Who knows? All right. I appreciate everyone being here. I hope everyone learned something. I'm gonna end it here. Might be live later today, but I will be live tomorrow. I'll be probably around market open, maybe 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, somewhere in there. I will catch you guys later. I hope you guys.